Is a presentation of Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
It's beginning to look a lot like another great night for some Saginaw Spirit hockey, and the countdown is on as the Spirit start off the month of December on the road, visiting the Guelph Storm. Good evening, everybody. Jonathan Dent here in the Stormmaster Exterior Studios. Dylan Clark is out in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. We'll check in with him soon as the Spirit and the Storm face off for the third of 4 meetings this season. Saginaw has been alternating win-lose over their last 5 games, most recently splitting a home-and-home weekend with the London Knights, the road team winning out Friday in London, then Saturday in Saginaw. Both nights, Stefan Shurigan was putting on a show, and before the scoring started in Saturday's game, he treated us to a massive save as Jared Woolley passed across to Cohen Bidgood on a 2-on-1, and Shurigan dove across the crease to get just enough of it with the glove and keep it scoreless.
Jilkin ran into Barabanov. Knights have a break the other direction, 2-on-1. It's Woolley down the left side, near side, Bidgood. Oh, what a save with the glove! Stefan Shurigan! Best of the season so far, and more after for Barabanov.
The Knights eventually broke through late in the first, then fired off 2 more to start the second. It was just over a minute after that second one when Jacob Cloutier led a leisurely zone entry down the right side, allowing for Xander Valeris to sneak in along the left for a tap-in to light the lamp for Saginaw.
Jones has the stick knocked out of his hand. Cloutier back down the wing with speed, looking for Harmer in the middle, throws it back door, the shot, Valeris scores! Everybody was looking at Carson Harmer. Nobody looked at Valeris, and he gets Saginaw on the board at 3-1.
London got that one back quickly on the power play, then scored again on the man advantage to make it 5-1. But not long after that, Igor Barabanov hopped on a loose puck off a shot from Levi Harper, sent it top shelf for his 11th of the season.
Van Gorp's on him. Barabanov looking for a backhand shot. He scores on the rebound. Outstanding individual effort. Igor Barabanov says we're not done yet. 9:23 left in regulation. 6-4.
Early in the third, a shot from the goal line by Sebastian Gervais somehow leaked through to bring it within 2. The Knights pulled ahead again, but Barabanov scored his second of the night, battling his way to the net, then batting home his own rebound. Sebastian Gervais secured his second of the night as well, just over 5 minutes left, scoring on a rebound off a shot from Dima Zhilkin to keep it a 2-goal game.
Goal for Zhilkin, looking for Barabanov, back to Zhilkin, pad save, and the rebound put home by Gervais.
An empty netter by the Knights would put away the high-scoring affair with an 8-5 final. Igor Barabanov nabbed 3 points on the night with an assist on Gervais' second goal as well, and Stefan Shurigan stopped 28 out of 35 shots faced. Tonight, the Spirit visit the Guelph Storm for Game 3 out of 4 on the season. Guelph has taken both of their previous meetings, most recently an overtime win. Last time Saginaw visited the Sleeman Center, it was a 3-2 game. The Storm are just ahead of the Spirit in the Western Conference standings in 7th place with a 14-11-2-0 record. They're riding a 3-game win streak after a brief visit to the East Conference last weekend, defeating Sudbury and Brampton, who the Spirit will see tomorrow night. A big 2 points on the line as we approach the mid-season break. When we come back, Dylan talks with Spirit head coach Chris Lazary in Coach's Corner. This is Saginaw Spirit Countdown to Face Off on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh & Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh & Associates. Retirement made clear.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner is the Spirit start on another road trip this weekend with the Guelph Storm, joined by Spirit head coach Chris Lazary. And Coach, just to go back to last weekend, take a look at the third period in that game at home against London. You outshoot them 20-6. A lot of good things to pull from that. Just what do you say, or how do you look at that period in terms of almost a domination standpoint?
Again, like overall in the game, way too many odd mans. It's we've talked about it as a group. It's criminal that we can go into their rink on Friday and give up the least amount we've given up all year, wake up the next day and completely have a different game. And it was good to see in the third the urgency, but I think the lesson for the guys is like that urgency has to be a start of the game urgency. Like that's what winning teams do. They play like they're behind early. They have that urgency to get to the net. They're getting pucks north. They're attacking. They're forechecking. They're on top. Like we just got to get 60 minutes of that. When we've seen it, we beat some of the best teams in the league, and when we don't, you just don't know what you're getting.
Well, and going into this game tonight, does it help? You got the team right above you in the standings. Does it give just that extra little juice because it's a team that when people look at the standings, you're going to be compared to this group a lot? Yeah,
we're trying to move up. Like we're in 8th. Teams below us are winning, and you're always looking at the team that's ahead of you. You can't try to move into 5th or 4th without getting to 7 and then 7 to 6. So we're just trying to focus on the 1 or 2 teams that are hanging above us and try to catch them. Obviously, that makes these games like 4-point games, because obviously if you lose the points, you got to make them up somewhere else and then gain it back in a different game. So it's a big swing. We're 0-2 against them. They've played well since they've moved out some pretty good players. We're gonna have our hands full.
And in the month of November, James Go, 9 points in those 12 games. Just for him to be able to provide that offensive boost from the back end, get some top power play time. Just how valuable has he been over the last 12, 13 games of hockey for you?
Yeah, big time. Like always, got to lead the way for you, especially when you're in a little bit of a tough stretch or you're not playing your best. Like those guys need to be your best, but he's taken over top spot right now on our power play unit. I thought as good as Harps has been, he's maybe a little bit struggled for us lately on the power. That get him off and get him competing back for the top spot, I think is a good thing for him and his development. We've talked as a team about it and with him individually, and he's on board and he's looking forward to working to get back. But in the meantime, like James went in last game, did some real simple, good power play stuff and really generated a lot of quality chances from what he did with the puck. So we figure let's put James up there and reward him for a good stretch and let those guys battle out who jumps over the boards first.
How do you handle that conversation with a young player like Levi Harper, who's given a lot of responsibility early on? How do you handle the conversation where you dial it back a little bit, at least temporarily?
Yeah, like you're honest with them, but we had it right in front of the team. Like I'll be honest, I told them in front of the team, you're coming off the top power. This is why you need to get back. This is why James is up there, and this is what it's about. And it's a good thing for our group to have internal competition. It's not about being jealous of another player or like poopy pants that you don't get what you want. It's about understanding it's a competitive environment and his development. It's been easy for him, like for what he's gotten, and he's earned everything. But it's good for him to dig in and battle a little bit for things. It's part of his development going forward for a kid that's going to play a long time and have a pro career. And I'm looking forward, because I know him and how competitive he is, to see how he responds and just to take it back. I know he's going to be jumping at opportunities. Yesterday, he did a good job in practice, and we'll see.
Last 5 games going into the Christmas break here. What do you want to see out of this next stretch of hockey going into that Christmas break when you look back? What's going to make this stretch successful for you?
Well, wins for sure, but no odd mans and no dumb crap at the blue line. To me, again, when we limit odd mans, when we're just sleepy and just playing reckless and we don't do dumb things on entry, when we don't, some teams have you on gap. If they have you on gap, you got to make smart choices. If they don't, we have entry concepts we're trying to do. But when we limit those two areas, we almost always win. And when they're high, we almost always lose. So we've given the guys the data. We've shown the video. We've seen both sides of the coin. They've got to make the decision, how bad do you want to win versus how bad do you want to try to force a point. And to me, winning teams worry about the result first and the individual stuff second. And we've had a good week talking about that and being really frank and blunt and calling guys out here and with those clips. And we'll see here as this team responds how much we actually care about winning versus points.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight. That's Chris Lazary, Saginaw in Guelph tonight. Back after this in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carleton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, Material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today. Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Last weekend, it was a showdown between the last two Memorial Cup champions, the Saginaw Spirit in 2024, the London Knights in 2025. Tonight, it's a showdown of the last two OHL hosts of the Memorial Cup, Saginaw in 2024, and it was just recently announced that Guelph Storm will host in 2027. There is a familiar buzz here inside the Sleeman Center, one that the Spirit know very well. Hi, everybody. So happy that you're with us here tonight. My name's Dylan Clark, and an important night here for Saginaw, for both these two teams, really. While the Storm have their sights set on the Memorial Cup in 2027, they're going to climb their way back up the standings here in 2025, 2026. They've got 2 wins against the Spirit already this season. Looking to turn things back the other way on the Saginaw side of things. Take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game. The Storm, in the midst of a 3-game win streak, Alex McLean on the left side, Leo Serlin at center, the captain, Charlie Paquette at right wing. On the back end, they go with Grant Spada and Ryland Singh. Saginaw, a game-time decision will be the defenseman Graydon Jones, but up front they go with Dimas Zilkin, Igor Barabanov, and Nikita Klepov. James Go and Levi Harper on the back end. Spirit looking to get back in the win column after falling on home ice to the London Knights last weekend. They're back on the road, looking to get some 2 points in the bank here tonight. We'll send you back to Jonathan in the studio before we drop the puck here at the Sleeman Center. He's got your out-of-town scores.
Thank you very much, Dylan. Out-of-town scores are presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. No scores to report yet, but plenty of action tonight in the OHL. The Niagara Ice Dogs visiting the Brampton Steelheads. In Kitchener, the Rangers host the Peterborough Petes. The Windsor Spitfires take on the London Knights. Some West Conference action there. The Barrie Colts visit the Ottawa 67s. In Owen Sound, the Attack hosts the Erie Otters. The Flint Firebirds visiting the Kingston Frontenacs. Sarnia Sting taking on the Sudbury Wolves. And the Oshawa Generals visit the Sioux Greyhounds. Plenty to update you on as we move on through the evening. Puck drop between the Saginaw Spirit and the Guelph Storm coming up on the other side of this break on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there. But that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber, Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Blue Jay scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Jilkin. It'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Jilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Storm Master Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
A Friday night on the road for the Saginaw Spirit, but the goal is the same. 2 points, that's what they're looking for against the Guelph Storm tonight. Third out of a 4-game season series between these two hockey clubs. The Spirit looking to bounce back after a loss last weekend to the London Knights, a 3-2 overtime loss last time they were in this building. Saginaw 9 wins on the season, looking to make it 10. Take a look at our starting goaltenders for tonight's game, brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit. B-ranked NHL prospect Zachary Jovanovski for the Guelph Storm. Stepan Shurigan makes his 9th consecutive start for Chris Lazary. Knocked out the college opening faceoff has us underway at center. Saginaw, the traveling Navy sweaters. This one angled back in by James Go from his own side of the red line. Jovanovski out of the net to play at Guelph. The home whites with the crimson and black throughout. On the near side, reeled in by Saginaw's Dima Zhilkin. Turn in the backhand. Ryland Singh is there for the Storm. And the captain, Charlie Paquette, makes his way back up through center ice. Good cross-ice pass right onto the stick there of Alex McLean. Tries to go wide on James Go. Paquette gets in back behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Puck moved now to Saginaw's Barabanov, then up for Dima Zhilkin. Lofts this one out to center. The defenseman Levi Harper trying to knock that down in front of him. Just gets it just barely inside the Guelph blue line. Storm will take back over. Ryland Singh, little fumble. Here's a chance. Papoy right on the ice. He scores! Brody Papoy, a steal. His first shift of the hockey game. 19:13 left in the first period. Saginaw up 1-0. Did not even give us a chance to look back and reflect and remind you about the hockey game that this line had last time Saginaw was on the road. Brody Papoy, Jacob Kluche, and Carson Harmer, 8 points against London last Friday in a 4-2 win. And Papoy, 3 points that game. He's got his third goal of the season. Flies right off the bench, forces a turnover, up past the glove hand of Jovanovski, and Saginaw in the driver's seat early. Glavin up to Jacob Kluche. Here they come again, though they are offside, and it is that same line together, Kluche, Harmer, and Brody Papoy. They have found a home with one another. Your beer line Trauma Electric light the lamp goal off the stick of Brody Papoy. Harmer's going to take this face-off opposite Guelph's Parker Snellgrove. Storm in the middle of a 3-game winning streak. It's been feast or famine here for the Storm this year. 4 straight losses before that. As Brody Papoy locking up now with Mark Pape prior to this face-off. Josh Glavin steps up on Pape, and this one thrown back into the Spirit, and Kluche tries to turn it off the boards. This is taken by Brody Papoy again. Thrown back in and around by Saginaw's Carson Harmer. Jovanovski, the goaltender, drops it off, and a little fumble there off the back of Pape's skate. Braden Jones is on things here for the Spirit. He was a game-time decision, but Saginaw looks to be going with 7 defensemen here tonight. Carson Harmer wheels this one back in behind the net. Brody Papoy up with it on the far side wall right at the hash marks. Little jam play there as Parker Snellgrove comes over for the Storm. A point shot just shoveled towards the net by Saginaw's Blake Barnes. Braden Jones down the boards again to keep it alive. Up high, Barnes takes a shot. Not a lot of traffic. Easy blocker save for Jovanovski. Storm get this puck back out to center. Less than 2 minutes gone here. 1-0 Saginaw off the goal from Brody Papoy. Here comes Uri Rauja. Long snapshot from the top of the left circle goes wide. Back into neutral ice. This one's taken by James Go. Spun rink wide. Off the board, Sebastian Gervais takes a big-time check on the near side boards by Rowan Top, but he pops right back up. And Gervais right back in on the forecheck. Nearly forced a turnover there. Stevens on it on the backhand here for the Storm. Back out to neutral ice. And James Go moves it there for Nick Seema, who blew a tire. This is Hunter McKenzie now, the offensive blue line for the Storm. Stood up by the left shoulder of James Go. That's got the Saginaw bench going here. 17 and a half to go in this first period. Stevens going to fire this one cross ice into the offensive zone. Tapped back in by Will McFadden here for the Storm. Jaco Wysick back in the lineup after missing a handful of games with an illness. Guelph's first-round pick in this year's OHL priority selection. He's wrapped up right now with Levi Harper. Puck move to Stevens. Now top just inside the offensive zone, and a blocker saved by Stepan Shurigan. He's welcomed himself into the hockey game. James Go from his own end. Puck up to the air. This will bounce down. Will it get an icing? Yes. As Rowan Top is back to pick up the face-off, or the whistle for a face-off in the Spirit end. 17:08 left in this first period. Our officials for tonight's game are brought to you by WNEM TV5. Jason Feist and Kevin MacArthur are the referees. Owen Robertson and Owen Bennett are the linesmen. And this face-off will be dropped by Bennett. Back in the Saginaw zone to the right of Stepan Shurigan. Sebastian Gervais to take this one against Christopher Soares, 11th round pick of the Sarnia Sting back in 2022. And Gervais is going to win this one instead. Uri Rauja flips this puck, a bouncer back up to center ice. Ryland Singh on it there for the Storm. Tosses it back in behind Stepan Shurigan's net. James Go is there for the Spirit. 9 points in 12 games for the overager in the month of November. You heard Chris Lazary singing his praises during Coach's Corner. Grant Spada on things now back in the Guelph end. Up the far side boards for Simon Belahorski. Near side, this is Babin in. A shot that goes off the stick of Saginaw's Levi Harper. Picked up by Nikita Klepov. Leading scorer here for the Saginaw Spirit. 34 points here in his first year of OHL action. He's in a foot race back with the Guelph goaltender Jovanovski. The netminder won that one, though, and it's back at the right point. That was shot by Barge. Knocked down in front. The rebound chance turned to the corner. Saginaw's Josh Glavin pinching in. Stick check there by Babin. This has gotten out past Klepov. Belahorski one-on-one back with Hayden Barge. Turns around, keeps the puck going. Poked away by Barge. On it now. Backhand pass in front, and a shot goes high. Belahorski might have been stopped there by the right shoulder of Stepan Shurigan. 4 minutes gone in the first. It stays 1-0 Saginaw. Klepov back down the left side into the offensive end for Dima Zhilkin. Older brother Danny played over 150 games for this Guelph Storm hockey team. Back at center ice now at Saginaw's Xander Valeris up the near boards. Taken away by Beauchene. Pittsburgh Penguins fifth rounder has it down the right side again. Beauchene, the defenseman, alternate captain here for the Storm. Tosses it back, walking in. Here's a chance at a shot. Left pad saved by Shurigan. Rebound is loose, nobody on it. Moves to the corner. This is Alex McLean up the near side. Beauchene holds it in. Center point, trying to get away from Barabanov. Takes a shot into traffic, snared through a lot of bodies by Stepan Shurigan for a faceoff. 15:28 to go here in this first period. And Shurigan had to see through quite a bit of traffic to locate that hockey puck, as it was let go by Eric Frassard from about 50 feet out. 9 straight starts for Stepan Shurigan in the 8 that preceded it. 3 victories, a .907 save percentage. This is tied for the longest string of consecutive starts here in his early OHL career. He started 9 in October. Started 9 straight in October. Spirit get things out into the neutral zone. This is Miedema here for the Storm. Fired back in. Shurigan's on it. Out to play it up the near side. The left-handed catching goaltender. Up the boards. Gervais spins off a check. He and Miedema come together. Now Rowan Top stops up Gervais. And the puck goes back into the Saginaw end for the Rookie of the Week, Levi Harper. 4 helpers in 3 games last week. He'll chase things down in the offensive end now for Saginaw. Try to put that in front, and a left pad save made by Jovanovski on a jam opportunity by Miroslav Shatan. Jacob Kluche, unable to keep this puck in at the offensive blue line, throws it cross ice near side for James Go. Shatan narrowly avoids what would have been a crushing check from Rowan Top. This puck fired back around in front of the Guelph bench. Off the skate of Parker Snellgrove. Kluche tries to break up that pass. Brody Papoy tags one of the Storm up high. Play going to continue here. A potential high sticking call. This one goes off the right skate of Jaco Wysick at center. Locks up with Saginaw's Carson Harmer. In for Brody Papoy. Stops up at the hash mark and drops it up for Jacob Kluche. Now below the goal line. Winnipeg Jets 7th rounder over the summer. Back up to the right point. Barnes for Valeris. A point shot that goes off the skate of Guelph's Wysick. Carson Harmer takes a check. Papoy down low. In front. Here's a chance for Kluche. That one sent wide from right on the doorstep. Carson Harmer throws the body into McKenzie. Storm get this back into the Spirit end. And it's Xander Valeris who's got the pressure of Wysick right in front of him, so he just tosses the puck up to the red line. Hunter McKenzie on this for the Storm. Back up now. It's Stevens at center. 13:46 to go in the first period. And a sprawling McKenzie trying to get around Xander Valeris. Uri Rausch going to poke this away from Singh at the Saginaw blue line. Carson Harmer on it now for the Spirit. Tapped back in and chipped into the offensive zone by Uri Rausch. Grant Spada. Now for Guelph Singh. Ran out of real estate. Nick Sema forechecking as that will just dribble in on the goaltender. Zachary Jovanovski, who covers for a faceoff. 13:25 to go. First period, 1-0 Saginaw. They're off and running here in the first 20 minutes from the Sleeman Center. We're back after this here on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together. Let's drive.
Hi, this is Liam Storch, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
An unassisted goal from Brody Popoy is the only marker so far on this Friday night. 47 seconds into the first period, your Herman Hisson Company time. The goal is Popoy steals for his third of the year. Chris Lazary said during Coach's Corner, play like you're behind early. 62 got the message, and he's got Saginaw to the early advantage. Igor Barabanov in to take an offensive zone faceoff. And nobody really sure who's going to play this puck back in behind the Guelph net. Dimas Jilkin throws a shoulder. He'll take it. Up the near sideboards, he's looking for some help from Nikita Klepov. Storm trying to clear that one back out off a couple of bodies. Fassard turns it off the wall. Beauchesne takes another check from Dimas Jilkin. Charlie Paquette on things back in behind the Guelph net for the Storm. Back around the wall for Fassard. Another hit by Igor Barabanov. This drifts back into the Spirit end now, no icing. Dimas Jilkin back in the Saginaw end now. Barabanov up the far boards, a little turnover. Here's Paquette trying to spin out of the left wing corner. Storm captain looks to go to work now up high. Twisting this one off the corner boards. Good stick lift there by James Go to take it away from McLean. Levi Harper on it now, takes the shoulder from Paquette. This one right onto the stick of Saginaw's Nikita Klepov. Then up for Barabanov, and the Russians are into the offensive end. This is Jilkin. Nice move on the backhand, trying to throw it in front off the end wall and wide. James Go at the point. Shot into traffic. Blocked. Klepov's on the loose disc. This one, a shot that goes wide past the left skate of Jovanovski. Levi Harper gets closed down on the far side boards. This one's picked up here by Leo Serlin for the Storm. Already 4 points in 2 games against the Spirit this year. He'll toss this back in behind Stepan Shurigan's net. 8 minutes played here in the first period. It stays 1-0. James Go for Harper. Saginaw looks to build on the lead. Gervais angles it back in. Rauja in a foot race with Belahorski. Belahorski will win that one. Rauja chases it, though, back in behind the Guelph net. Spada stomps the brakes to get away from him. He'll seal him up against the boards. Gervais looking to pick that puck free. Belahorski comes back down to even things up at 2 aside in behind the Guelph net. Gervais there for Rauja. From the goal line, waved onto the near side boards, and it's picked up here and moved out to center. Off some bodies by Patrick Babin. Big-time collision. As Soares and Jones came together, Sema's into the offensive zone and pushes it back below the goal line again. Who's down there? You guessed it. Sebastian Gervais. Back to the right point. Barnes, a knuckle puck throw near side. Jones into traffic, a shot deflected off a Storm body at the last second and out the near side. Sema on it in the right wing corner. For Gervais down low. Walks into the circle. Takes a shot. That one deflected off a body and wide. Jones back up. Nick Sema inside the line. Takes a shot. That one deflected as well. This is Ryland Singh back in behind the Storm net. 9 minutes gone in the first period. Babin and Gervais got locked up and a delayed penalty coming. Jovanovski to the bench. Near side, here comes Parker Snellgrove. Ducks around Graydon Jones. Has to untangle from the official. Jones will touch this puck up. 10:51 in the first period. And the penalty box door swings open here on the Saginaw side of things. And they'll go to their first Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill. A roughing call to Sebastian Gervais. He stepped in front of one of the Storm players. It was away from the puck. Admittedly, did not get a good look at that as it initially transpired. So Saginaw to their first Stormmaster Exteriors PK here in this game. 10:51 left in the first period. And they're without one of their most valuable penalty killers in Sebastian Gervais on the roughing call. Guelph 18.6 on the power play so far this year. Saginaw wins the important first face-off, and this will be fired around the far side wall. Josh Glavin's lost the helmet. He's got to get back to the Spirit bench. James Go comes on. Saginaw's cleared the puck, so Jovanovski drops it off back behind his net. Will McFadden back for Leo Serlin. Give and go with Alex McLean into the offensive zone. Serlin chases it down and tosses it right back up to the right point. This is Paquette. For Will McFadden, the forward who's transitioned to playing defense here over the last couple of weeks. Over the left circle. One-time shot absorbed by Stepan Shurigan. That one came with quite a bit of heat off the stick of the Dallas Stars, 7th rounder Charlie Paquette. 22 points in 25 games on the season. He's able to open things up in the left wing circle, but Stepan Shurigan gets over. All 6'5" of them and squarely in front of that puck. Josh Glavin has retrieved his helmet from the bench. And he's having a conversation right now with the referee, Kevin MacArthur. I think Glavin was trying to hop back into the play. They'll put Glavin on the bench right now. Saginaw's equipment manager, Aiden Gohm, going to have to repair the helmet of Glavin right now. So there's work being done on and off the ice. Spirit win the face-off. Storm keep the puck in here. 1:20 left on the penalty to Sebastian Gervais. Spirit trying to protect a 1-0 lead. Paquette, left wing circle. Throws it down to the goal line. Into the skates and meet him up. Backhand pass up the boards taken by Paquette. He's in no hurry. Moves it to McFadden. Just inside the line. Leo Serlin, near side goal line. Now this is from McLean back to Serlin. Back to McLean again. Up high. McFadden over to Paquette. Left wing circle. Takes a shot. He scores. May have been deflected in front. Charlie Paquette low to the glove hand side of Stepan Shurigan. 9:48 to go in this first period. A power play goal ties the game at 1. Tenth of the season for Charlie Paquette. And after a night in which power play goals sunk the Spirit last Saturday, they allowed 3 power play goals against the London Knights in an 8-5 loss. The first one here in this hockey game comes on the man advantage. Nothing overly flashy on that power play from the Storm. High to low on the left side, high to low on the right side, back up to the left, and it's in the back of the net. And again, that may have glanced off a body in front. But the Storm have tied the game, and we got a whistle and a face-off here in the neutral zone. 9:43. I believe that puck may have been played by a high stick. Will McFadden will pick up the lone assist right now on that Charlie Paquette power play goal. The Storm were down a significant amount of defensemen a couple of weeks ago. Will McFadden had to transition back to playing defense, and he's stuck there for the 6 or 7 games since. This one thrown back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. 9.5 to go in the first period. 1-1 hockey game. Brody Papoy goes off the glass and out to center. Quinn Beauchesne going to glove it down and fire it back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Blake Barnes taken into the wall by Jaakko Wysick. This one thrown back in front. McKenzie can't corral it. Beauchesne can't get a shot off. It's cleared here by Jacob Kluche. Maybe an odd man break for the Spirit. Kluche down the left wing. Takes a shot. Glove saved by Jovanovski. He can't corral the rebound. Papoy in front looking for Harmer. That pass was deflected. Eric Frassard takes Saginaw's Kluche into the boards. Harmer up high for Levi Harper, who steps towards the middle. Harper chases it onto the near boards, takes a hit from Wysick. Papoy gets cleaned out back in behind the Guelph net by Beauchesne. Puck gets cleared. James Go now up the near side for Levi Harper. Leads the attack back in. Into the corner against Beauchesne. He leans in with a poke check. No more puck there for Harper. Barabanov fresh from the Saginaw bench. Can't turn this puck off of Simon Belahorski. He'll bring things into the offensive zone now for the Storm. Chipped into James Go's corner. An awkward collision as Belahorski takes James Go in from a bad angle. The arm of the referee is up right away, and Dima Zhilkin is over for a conversation with Belahorski. James Go is slow to get back up right now. He's up on one knee. And Belahorski will be taken immediately over to the Storm penalty box. James Go doesn't look to be any worse for wear, though. Boarding penalty upcoming. Saginaw on the season. This is their 101st Stormmaster Exterior IBW Local 557 power play. We got the special teams going early here tonight. 11th in the OHL at 20%. Gervais between Zhilkin and Barabanov. James Go and Nikita Klepov out as well. You heard Chris Lasry talk about the change to power play 1. James Go in the spot that had been occupied by Levi Harper. He's got the puck now. Go for Barabanov. Left circle. Curls and drives. He scores! Igor Barabanov, confidence on that release over the glove of Jovanovski. 8:21 to go in the first period. 2-1 Spirit on a power play goal. Seven seconds into their first power play chance of the game, and Igor Barabanov, fresh off a 2-goal performance against the London Knights, picks up goal number 13 on the season, and that is a feel-good goal here for the Spirit power play. Good work, just not in any rush. Tons of confidence, tons of control, both from James Go right off the face-off. Barabanov knows he's got the extra second to double clutch it, change the angle a little bit, and let it go past the glove of Zach Jovanovski. Saginaw's back in the driver's seat, 2-1 here in a back-and-forth first period. Puck back and behind the Storm net off the draw. Glove down by Miedema. 13 points in 16 career games against Saginaw. He fires it back around. Parker Snellgrove is there. Tied up by Barabanov. Dimas Zhilkin pulls this puck out of the pile. Backhand to the head. McFadden tries to hold off Klepov. Fights his way into the zone. Not with the puck anymore, though. Martin Pape will take over this one here for the Storm. Tries to stick handle around Bartz. Down low chance in the circle by Miedema goes wide. Klepov's lost his stick, but he's got it back. Barabanov flips it back out to center. Igor Barabanov down the left side into the offensive zone. With Klepov in the near corner now. They try to pull things out off the boards, looking for Valeris. Chopped it away from a diving Pape, and this one will be kept in, but back into the control of the Storm behind the net for Ryland Singh. 7:25 to go here in the first period. James Go and Dimas Zhilkin, the assists on the power play goal from Igor Barabanov to make it 2-1. Ryland Singh just now stepping out from behind the Guelph goal. This is Alex McLean to dart into the offensive zone. Shouldered by Saginaw's Valeris. Blake Barnes is back behind the Spirit net. They rim things all the way around. Out past Frassard, so there is no icing here. As it goes back in behind Jovanovski. Quick pass in front. Look out, Paquette. Nearly blew a tire. He's in some danger as Gervais chases him back behind the net. A little drop off for Quinn Beauchesne. Pass over to his defensive partner Frassard, and the Storm have things into the neutral zone. Pass is broken up by Rouge at the Spirit blue line. Nick Sema downhill, back the other way, lowers the shoulder, trying to put the puck back in front for Rouge. Comes loose in front, Gervais, the shot hit a leg in front. Has it in the trap zone, in front for Rouge, a well-timed stick lift there. Paquette and Frassard got over to deny one of Saginaw's import players. This one on the outlet pass. Alex McLean up for Serlin. Lots of speed at the Saginaw line. Curlin drag, not around the stick of James Go, a save made by Stepan Shurigan on a chance from McLean. Up the far wall. Spada steps into a shot well wide. Shurigan never saw it. Back out at center with 6:10 to go in the first period. 2-1 Saginaw. Going top for Grant Spada. Back to top at the Guelph blue line. Up from center, fired back in off the glass. Levi Harper. Back behind the Spirit net, McKenzie. Throws a body into him. Jacob Kluche taken into the boards. Moved the puck to Go. Off the glass. Glove down by Kluche at center. Tries to lead the charge back in. McKenzie put Kluche into Brody Popoy. And the Storm will take over on this puck from their own end. Stevens off the boards past Harper. Caught up to McKenzie. Tried to take that shot in stride. It was deflected out of play by James Go. 5:39 here in the first period. We are moving right along. 2-1 Spirit, courtesy of Barabanov. Defensive zone faceoff upcoming. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Welcome back inside the Sleeman Center. 5:39 left in the first period. 6 shots apiece in our first run of play here. 2-1 in favor of Saginaw. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. The Spirit came out swinging here in this hockey game. Brody Popoy just 47 seconds into it. Charlie Paquette ties things up on the power play, and it's Barabanov. The go-ahead goal and the man advantage here for the Spirit, their 21st power play goal of the season. as Carson Harmer will get waved out of this draw here for Saginaw. It'll be Kluche to take the face-off, and, well, we've got another false start here. Carson Harmer turning up the scoring here in the last little while. A couple of goals against the London Knights. 5-game scoring streak for Harmer. As this puck is back in behind the net of Shurigan. Miedema went down awkwardly against Barch. Nobody's arm is up in the air right now. Rowan Top through Brody Popoy. This is back in behind the Saginaw net now. Miedema back on his skates. Former Buffalo Sabres draft pick. He's without the puck now. Popoy's going to strip him. Maybe a 3-on-2 develops here at the offensive blue line for the Spirit. That one broken up in the last second. Brought back in by Parker Snellgrove. Jacob Kluche lost his stick. And so the Storm will move things back up the right side for Pape. Jammed up by Saginaw's Graydon Jones. Carson Harmer on it from his own end again. Jones through neutral ice into the skates of Harmer. Trying to one-hand that puck or just chop it ahead. This will be brought back. Ryland Singh over. Down the left side. Paquette cuts up inside the line. Serlin, lots of room. Puts it backdoor. They score on the tap-in. Alex McLean was waiting backdoor. Nobody picked him up. 4:39 to go in the first period. The game is tied. Sixth of the year for McLean. And Serlin's going to pick up the assist again. Talked about the patience on the Barabanov goal. Lots of room was given to Leo Serlin. The good players in this league, they're able to use every second you give them. Serlin just waits and waits and waits. The lane opens up. Alex McLean, left-handed shot on the far goal post. Easy tap in. Charlie Paquette picks up the other helper. We're tied at 2. Storm back in the offensive zone again. Trevor Thoyer reaches in. Miroslav Shatan is there. Levi Harper back behind the Spirit net. Moves things now for James Go. Shatan back up through center. This is back in behind the net now with Jovanovski. Rolled up the far side boards. James Go for Trevor Thoyer. Pass gets cut off. Thoyer gets it back. Can't get the shot away. And this is now James Go just inside the line. Go with 4 minutes left in the first period. Thrown over for Levi Harper. Tries to get past Soares from the goal line. A shot and a right pad save by Jovanovski. Good chance there. Harper didn't look like he had much. Ryland Singh leads the Storm counterattack. Lowers the shoulder to the goal line. Loose puck in front. Nobody picks it up. Taken here by Sema. Navigated out of danger. Back to center ice. Leo Serlin for Fassard. Calmly back in his own end. Fassard away from the forechecking Adema Zilkin. Into the skates of McLean again. Trying to split the defense. Knew he didn't have the speed, so he dishes it off to Charlie Paquette. Then Serlin back around. Top line is on the ice again here for the Storm. Taken away by Klepov. Barabanov up to the offensive blue line. Poked at by Fassard. Barabanov twists it back down the boards. Intercepted by Paquette. The Storm will clear. It'll dig into the ice, though. Good bounce from McLean. He's got it. Drops it off. Serlin right between the dots. Tries to walk around Glavin, who stayed with him. On the far wall, back to the center point. Can't be handled here by Beauchene. Now this is Barabanov. Spirit get out of danger on this one. Glavin for Barabanov into the offensive zone off the skate of Stevens. Reeled in and covered by Jovanovski. 2:50 left in this first period. It remains a game tied at 2. Close call there. That puck had quite the backspin on it as the Storm flipped it in from their own blue line. It dug right in at the Saginaw blue line. Great A opportunity as McLean and Serlin and Charlie Paquette have been their best line so far in this contest. Carson Harm to take this offensive zone face-off against Parker Snellgrove. Harmer's going to get waved out here. So Jacob Kluche will now step in to take the draw. Now it's Parker Snellgrove's turn to get tossed here, and so we'll wait a little bit longer here for this draw. D-zone face-off taken here by the Storm. Another poke check here by Harmer. Forced the turnover. This is Brody Popoy down the wing. To Harmer in the corner. Shrugs off a check. Moves it back up the boards and takes another one. Popoy trying to steal. This is back up for Levi Harper. A good spin at the line. And sent back underneath for Carson Harmer. Up to the right point. James Go. Tipped back in by Harmer for Kluche. Off the right wing boards. Kluche now up high. Little pick there by Go. Harper fumbled that puck in the left wing circle. That puck comes up high on Kluche. He's going to stay in the play. I think that tagged him right off the visor. This is Papoy now in the right wing corner. Kluche stays in front of the net. Point shot from James Go, blocked. Papoy in front. Harmer the shot. That one blocked at the last second out of play by Grant Spada. Really good work in the offensive zone. This Kluche, Harmer, and Papoy line is taking leaps and bounds here for Chris Lazary. I think if Kluche is going to shrug that off, I think that puck did come up and tag him right in the visor. He's thrown off balance a little bit by it. Kluche had 15 points in 24 games here in his second OHL season. Barabanov's line back out here for the draw, and he'll get waved out one more time, so it's Klepov's to take. 2 goals in 2 games against the Storm so far this season. He wins the draw back to Dimas Zhilkin. Tossed back, Valeris down to the goal line, looking backdoor for Zhilkin. He was tied up at the last second there by Will McFadden. Braden Jones looking for Klepov, delayed offside as Ryland Singh takes over here for the Storm. McFadden fired back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Charlie Paquette laid it up the wall here for Leo Serlin. Back at the right point, Ryland Singh walks into the circle, takes a shot, shrugged off by Shurigan. He didn't see it until it was a foot in front of him. Another shot gets broken up on its way through. Nikita Klepov battles his way back out to center. 3-on-2. Barabanov down the wing, near side. Zhilkin one-timer, save made by Jovanovski. Storm will poke this one back out. Paquette, look out, odd man break. Serlin alone against Shurigan. Big save by Shurigan. It goes out to the corner. Igor Barabanov on the loose puck. Spirit get out of danger on that one again. Barabanov back up through center. Dimas Zhilkin just inside the line. Dropped off for Sima. Rising shot goes into the glass. Barabanov. And a stoppage here with 1:06 to go in the first. And the helmet of the netminder, Jovanovski, may have come off. Fantastic save by Stepan Shurigan. Combination of the glove and the pad, and it goes between his legs and out the other side. But basically a 2-on-0 that just kind of melted into a regular breakaway for Leo Serlin. And the Saginaw goaltender comes up big at the tail end of the first period. 1:06 left in, and it stays a 2-2 game. Defensive zone face-off, won by the Storm. Beauchene lost it there. Gervais will steal. Now Rauja back and behind the net, put it in front. Sima couldn't get the stick down. In the offensive corner again. Gervais trying to work against Farsard. Sima off the wall. Knocked down by Gervais. Sima after it again. Just kicked away by Snellgrove. Glavin kept it in and just shovels that puck to the corner. Miedema off the glass over the head of Barch. It'll be picked up here. Chance for Snellgrove. Dropped it off. Pinked the shot wide on the blocker side of Shurigan on that 2-on-1. Rauja gets it up. Odd man break again for the Spirit. Sima back. Rauja drops it off. That shot blocked on its way. Rebound chance. Kicked out by the left hand of Jovanovski. This is Miedema. 22 to go in the first. Beauchene in. Can't get through Levi Harper. Beauchene's just going to toss Harper down. Play continues back the other direction. Spada up for Stevens. Into the offensive zone come the Storm. Dropped off. Jaakko Wysik's shot tipped wide. 7 to go in the period. Puck ends up back behind the Saginaw net. One more chance. Stevens' shot gets knocked down on its way and chopped out of danger by Sima. That's it for the first. Frantic action back and forth. 9 shots to 8 in favor of the visitors. 2 goals aside. Barabanov and Papoy for the Spirit, Paquette and McLean for the Guelph Storm, and lots to talk about coming up on our first intermission report. Fast-paced action here from the Sleeman Center. Saginaw playing like they're down early, but it's even. We'll send you to a break. Jonathan and myself, some highlights, analysis. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well. Coming up here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at garberchesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
It's time for your intermission report. In the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, here is Jonathan Dent.
An exciting first period of play has us dead even on the scoreboard, the shot count, and just about every way you can look at it. Let's take a look back at that first period, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It took only 46 seconds for things to heat up as Brody Papoy takes his first strides onto the ice, nabs a hot puck off the boards inside the Guelph zone, and carefully deposits it straight into the Guelph net to make it 1-0.
Just barely inside the Guelph blue line. Storm will take back over. Ryland Singh, little fumble. Here's a chance. Papoy right on the ice. He scores! Brody Papoy, a steal. His first shift of the hockey game. 19:13 left in the first period. Saginaw up 1-0.
46 seconds, your Herman Hissen Company time of the goal on that one. The Storm looked to get it back. Shurigan shuts down a couple good looks, but Guelph gets the first power play of the evening, 9 minutes, 9 seconds into the game. Sebastian Gervais sits for roughing. The Storm take a little bit of time to get set up, but when they do, Will McFadden dishes to Charlie Paquette in the left circle. His shot low to the glove side gets by Shurigan to tie things at 1.
From McLean back to Serlin, back to McLean again. Up high, McFadden over to Paquette, left wing circle, takes a shot, he scores. May have been deflected in front. Charlie Paquette low to the glove hand side, a step on Shurigan. 9:48 to go in this first period. A power play goal ties the game at 1.
Not too long after that, Simon Belahorski sits for boarding after a hit on James Go, giving Saginaw their first power play of the evening. And right off the tie-up, only 8 seconds into this power play, Go gives Igor Barabanov the puck high in the slot. He lines up his shot and takes it, scoring on Jovanovski to retake the lead.
Levi Harper, he's got the puck now. Go for Barabanov, left circle, curls and drags, he scores! Igor Barabanov, confidence on that release. Over the glove of Jovanovski, 2-1 Spirit on a power play goal.
11 minutes, 39 seconds, the Herman Hissen Company time of the goal there. The Storm tie it up at 15 minutes, 21 seconds, though, as Leo Serlin heads up the zone entry, delays just long enough for Alex McLean to get into position for a tap-in and make it 2-2.
On the left side, Paquette cuts up inside the line. Serlin, lots of room, puts it back door, they score the tap-in. Alex McLean was waiting back door. Nobody picked him up. 4:39 to go in the first period. The game is tied.
The Spirit got back to work in the offensive end. A few good looks in the closing minutes. The Storm did get one great breakout that sends Paquette in all alone, but Shurigan gets big, stops the shot, settles the puck, and sends it into the corner.
Storm will poke this one back out. Paquette, look out, on man break. Serlin alone against Shurigan. Big save by Shurigan. It goes out to the corner. Igor Barabanov on the loose puck.
2-2 the score after 20 minutes. Taking a look at the shot count, it's 11-11. Scoring in, well, let's take a look at the power plays too. Saginaw 1 for 1 on their man advantage. Guelph the same, cashing in on their lone power play in the first. The face-off wins narrowly favoring Guelph 9-8, so just about as close as it can get. Brody Papoy starts the scoring, his third of the season, 47 seconds in. Charlie Paquette, assisted by Will McFadden and Alex McLean, tie things up. Igor Barabanov, assisted by James Go and Dima Zhilkin on the power play to retake the lead. Then McLean gets one of his own, assisted by Serlin and Paquette. We'll take a quick break. Lots to break down with Dylan when we come back right here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Did you know the University of Michigan-Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How did we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
2-2, a tie after 20 minutes. The Saginaw Spirit and the Guelph Storm as we bring in from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, Dylan Clark. Dylan, a very exciting first period of play. Let's start with some good things for the Spirit, and it doesn't take too long, 47 seconds. Brody Papoy steps on the ice and scores his third of the season just like that.
Yeah, what a bright spot he's been for Saginaw over the last little while. You're in your first year as an OHLer. You're going to have some up and down times. You're going to go quiet a little bit. He snapped the scoring drought the other night against the London Knights with a 3-point night, and he's been elevating his game. He's found another gear. Like, the reason Brody Papoy won the free agent contract or became a signing out of camp as a free agent was because of the way that he pursues the puck and the way that he makes life miserable for the puck carrier when it's not him. And that's exactly what led to that first goal. Now, it wasn't the greatest of turnovers on the Guelph side of things, but still, he was right there. He helped to force it, and he makes the most of his chance. And I think now that the finishing is kind of coming around here for Brody Papoy, we're going to see the points stack up here. Like, he's found a home on a line with Carson Harmer and Jacob Cloutier. It's good to have that stability, and the confidence is there. Like, there is something to be said. All these players are good at everything. Like, they can all skate real well. They can all shoot the puck real well. They've all spent millions upon millions of minutes in the driveway, on the ice, in the backyard, whatever, stick handling and doing whatever puck tricks you can figure out. But to put it all together in a game situation when you're getting hacked and whacked by two guys that might be 4 inches taller than you are, there's something to be said for the skill of finishing. And Brody Papoy has really sharpened that skill as of late. And it was good to see him do that 47 seconds into the hockey game.
Absolutely. Talk about the skill of finishing there as well. Let's talk about that Igor Barabanov goal. He has plenty of time to pick his shot, timing-wise, location-wise. He does it. It's a well-placed shot past the glove on Jovanovski. And, Barabanov, how's he been doing the last few games? I haven't really been tracking his stats.
Well, you know what? It's been, I think, for the loud start that Barabanov had, and he's going to get overshadowed a little bit just by being on a line with Nikita Klepov, but he had 3 points against the London Knights the other night.
That's true.
And he's got right now 5 goals in his last 5 hockey games. So I would say that things are going well in Igor Barabanov's neck of the woods. But there is something to be said for kind of the way that he plays the game. Like, he is a I mean, he's a quieter kid, but he kind of just goes about his business, and he can fly under the radar a lot of the time. And, you know, when you're calm and you're collected in a situation like that, like if you're forcing things on the power play and you're tense, it's not going to go well. You know, the Saginaw's had a middle-of-the-road power play for pretty much the entire year. Dead on at 20% coming into tonight's game, 11th out of the 20 teams in the OHL. So there's room for improvement, obviously. And I think the way that you improve is to stay calm and be confident in your decision-making. And that's exactly what happened between James Go and Igor Barabanov. I mean, it helps when you've got a release like Barabanov does. Like, you don't score goals by accident. When you can shoot a hockey puck like that, he's got 13 of them now in his 28th game of OHL action. It's been a lot of really good hockey from Igor Barabanov. And it shows, I think, wisdom beyond the years. But you can kind of recognize that lane's about to open up, and you can step into that shot like he did.
Almost a dead even game here. Face-off wins, at least on the stat sheet, going Guelph's way. Saginaw's had some good time in the offensive end. They've seen some odd man rushes go the other way, not quite as many as maybe what we saw on Saturday per Chris Lazary in the pregame there. It seems to me like both these teams giving up a lot of goals throughout the season. Defense is going to be the key here moving through the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, those last couple minutes of the first period were incredibly entertaining. The odd man rushes back the other way, a breakaway save from Stepan Shurigan, and really, on the two Guelph goals, it's a power play one-timer against and a backdoor tap, and really nothing he can do on either one of those. He makes an electric save there at the end of the period. It's wildly entertaining for us to see these odd man breaks back and forth. It almost feels like 3-on-3 overtime. It's what gives coaches gray hair. And again, Chris Lazary talked about mitigating, limiting the odd man rushes. There really were only, maybe 2 or 3 clean-cut odd man breaks that the Spirit gave up in that period. But the Storm found the back of the net on one of them, and they came very close on the other 2. So if Saginaw can limit that, get the foot speed going back the other direction. I think some guys got caught flat-footed on a number of occasions. And then the flip side of that is you try to overcompensate. You give up a big gap. And that can almost be just as dangerous because that's where guys cut to the inside and they kind of push you back to your own face-off dots. So you got to control the gap speed and you got to have the wherewithal to know the exact second you got to turn and burn back the other direction. They can't afford to give up too many odd-man breaks.
We'll see how things go into the second period. 2-2 the score. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at our out-of-town scores here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Sebring factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Welcome back. After one period of play, the Saginaw Spirit and the Guelph Storm tied up at 2 apiece as we take A look at our out-of-town scores. They're presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. The Brampton Steelheads are up 1-0 going into the second period over the visiting Niagara Ice Dogs. In Kitchener, the Rangers hold a 2-1 lead over the visiting Peterborough Petes. A scoreless tie between the Windsor Spitfires and the London Knights after 20 minutes. A 1-1 tie between the Barrie Colts and the Ottawa 67s. The Owen Sound Attack at home hold a 2-0 lead over the visiting Erie Otters. The Flint Firebirds looking to make up a 1-0 deficit against the Kingston Frontenacs heading into the second period. It's a scoreless tie in Sudbury between the Sarnia Sting and the Wolves, and the Sioux Greyhounds out to a 3-0 lead over the Oshawa Generals after one period of play. Another quick break. When we come back, second period action between the Spirit and the Storm here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts. And every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh and Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear, with a team that plays to win.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carleton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Back inside the Sleeman Center, 2-2 between the Saginaw Spirit and the Guelph Storm. Second period action. No carryover penalties or power plays. Shots 9-8 in favor of Saginaw in that first period. So safe to say that things have been tight here between the number 8 and the number 7 ranked teams in the Western Conference. Barabanov will go against Serlin. The opening faceoff has the second period underway. The puck drifts back in on Stepan Shurigan. Saginaw will move left to right out of their defensive zone here in the second. This one ran back in by Dima Zhilkin. And Nikita Klepov in hot pursuit of Ryland Singh. And that puck will be glanced off the stick of Zhilkin. Back up for McLean now. The Storm lead the counterattack back into Levi Harper's corner. Klepov comes over. McLean gets it away from Harper and a centering feed. Two cracks at that puck from Paquette as the rebound chance goes out the other side. Paquette starts again. The long shot there goes off a body in front of James Go. Paquette on this puck again. Just inside the line. Nice move to keep things alive from Ryland Singh. He takes Zhilkin with him towards the net. Backhanded shot goes out the other side. And now Paquette on the boards again with James Go. 50 seconds gone here in the second period. A 2-2 hockey game. Storm will try to sneak a line change in the offensive end. Zhilkin tied up. Moves it now to Nikita Klepov. Into the offensive zone. Finds Barabanov for a shot from the left circle. Got Jovanovski moving. Shot goes wide on the glove side, and the Storm will be back out to center ice. Miedema looking for Mark Pape. Closed off by Saginaw's Parts. Carson Harmer stations the body there against Miedema. Holds him off the puck, but they move that one around the far side for Parker Snellgrove. Right point, Beauchesne down to the goal line. That chance goes wide. Looking maybe for a tip down low. Miedema up high, and Frassard anticipated that puck for Beauchesne, and Beauchesne did the same thing, so they go back out to center and chip the puck back into Stepan Shurigan's end. He backhands it around the wall. Harper takes a check, moves the puck though to Jacob Kluchek. Through the hands of Mark Pape. No more puck there as Brody Popoy throws another shoulder. This is turned back in behind the net of Jovanovski. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the second period. Frassard turned it over. Here's a chance. Harmer alone in front. Shot that one fought off by Jovanovski. Another massive turnover forced by the second Spirit line. Bart's shot into traffic. That goes wide. Josh Glavin does well to hold that puck in against McKenzie. Down to the corner. Kluchek battles up the wall against Beauchesne. Put back in front. Loose puck. Harmer. Popoy in front. Can't turn that in on the forehand. Harmer gets it back up to Barnes. Inside the line. Carson Harmer at the end of a long shift. Turns that one high into the glass. Jacob Kluchek, no gas left in the tank, just reaches out after it, and Blake Barnes can't keep it in with the skate. Fortunately, Josh Glavin is at the Saginaw blue line. keeps things out of danger. Barnes back in. Kluche, cross ice. Gervais the shot. That blocked on its way by Wysick. Back into the right wing corner of the Guelph zone. Frassard. Back up and towards Stepan Shurigan. Taps it with a goal stick. Quickly moved and pumped back around by Saginaw's Jones. Blake Barnes on the outlet pass. Angled back in by Uri Rauja. A strange bounce off the glass will turn that into the far corner. And another bouncing puck that'll be gotten out of danger as Barnes tries to intercept and sweep it towards the Guelph net. McFadden hounded by Uri Rauja. Storm clear this puck. And it'll be an icing as Nick Sema catches up to it here with 16:54 to go in the second period. Sema, the latest of Saginaw's overage players to commit to an NCAA program following his OHL career. Sebastian Gervais to Clarkson. James Go to RPI a couple of weekends ago, and just last week Nick Sema will announce that he's going to join the University of Michigan after his OHL career. Sits 6 points shy of 100 in his Ontario Hockey League career here. Face-off won by the Spirit. Sema on the bench now. Top line goes back to work. James Go for Levi Harper. Near side, back to James Go. A shot into traffic. That gets blocked on its way through. Christopher Soares will throw things back out and down. Not where he anticipated. He expected Wysick to fill in the left wing lane. So down for an icing. And Levi Harper, 24 points in 27 games. Leading rookie blue liners in the Ontario Hockey League. Third among rookie scorers. Fifth among blue liners. But the big number on the Saginaw side of things is those 24 points in 27 games. That's already the fifth best season by a rookie defenseman in Saginaw. He's tied PJ Forgione from his rookie season. And again, the magic number is 37. That was the point output by Zane Parekh back in 2023. As another puck is going to drift in towards the Spirit netminder, Stepan Shurigan. This time it is at Stepan Shurigan, so no icing. He moves this puck quickly. James Go, cross-ice pass. Shilkin picks it up on the backhand, drops it off. Barabanov for Klepov. The puck behind him. He's able to make some sense of it, though. Back for Harper. Inside the line, a quick wrist shot. Good blocker save by Jovanovski. Leo Serlin reels that puck in away from Barabanov. Flipped it off the glass. Christopher Soares turned over. Here's Shilkin. Right wing circle and a shot absorbed. Jovanovski able to snag that puck and hang on to it. 16:02 to go in the period. Been a good stretch of hockey for Zach Jovanovski. B-ranked prospect for the upcoming NHL draft according to Central Scouting. 38 saves in Brampton against the Steelheads 2 days ago, and there's 5-2 win over Brampton in the school day game. Stopped 36 out of 38 in the game before that against the Sudbury Wolves. Big part of the reason why the Storm have won 3 straight hockey games. Sporting a .918 save percentage against the Spirit so far this season. Coming into tonight, the Storm will clear the zone here after that defensive zone face-off in front of Jovanovski. Uri Rauja takes a check, moves the puck to Sema. Little trouble there for Spada. Sema lifts the stick. They'll lock up in the near side corner of the Guelph zone. Back behind in the trapezoid. Serlin, hounded by Sema. Gervais is there with Spada. Saginaw's Nick Sema walks up to the blue line with it. Fired back around by Graydon Jones. Gervais locking up again with Spada. Put right in front there. Sema can't get a shot away. This one deflected to the boards. Jones cuts off Paquette, who tried to fade him to the inside. The Storm will come away with this puck. Fired off the boards. Now it's McLean into the offensive end. Cross-ice feed. Delaying move there. That shot, I believe it was taken by Ryland Singh out the other way. Sema on the counterattack. Tries to carve on through Frassard. That goes on to the far boards. Gervais just takes a shot there from long range. Seemingly harmless chance. Blocker save Jovanovski. Jones back at the point. Shot into traffic. Tip there. Another save by Jovanovski with Sema battling in front. Gervais does what he can to keep it alive. Bouncer in the left wing circle. Saginaw tries to sneak a line change in the offensive end. The Storm will clear. Glavin, a little fumble back in his own end. Mark Pape will try to take advantage of that. 14:35 to go in the second period. Tied at 2 here from Guelph. Frassard put into the wall by Popoy. Bouncing puck back behind the Spirit net. Carson Harmer comes over. Gets it out of danger and out to center. Jacob Kluche has it knocked away by Beauchene. This one will bounce at the red line. Josh Glavin will send it back in. It'll deflect out of play. We're going to stoppage here with 14:15 to go in the period. Face-off will come in the neutral zone. The point line will stay on here. They'll take this draw at center. Fresh bodies out for the Storm. They will continue the action here from the Sleeman Center, a particularly exciting matchup on Sunday as the Kitchener Rangers come to town. That will certainly have the eyes of the Ontario Hockey League on it. This puck is back in behind the Spirit net now, 6 minutes gone in the period. Of course, Kitchener, the other team bidding to host the Memorial Cup in 2027, falling just short of the Storm as a Fassard shot gets knocked down en route to the Spirit net. Beauchesne picks it up, left wing circle, opens the skates and a shot off the glove. Good save by Shurigan. Great chance there from Beauchesne. Jacob Kluchek on the counterattack for Saginaw. Down to the goal line, into the offensive end. Ducks out of the way, but takes a check from Beauchesne. This one picked up by Belahorski. Storm counterattack. Christopher Soares, good active stick there by James Go. And the Spirit turned this puck over to Fassard, however. They fire it back in off the glass. Shurigan there waiting behind the Spirit net. A little miscommunication on that pass. So this is Stevens now from the Guelph bench. Back in behind the Saginaw net. Look at backdoor chance. Great save with the glove. Step on. Shurigan gets over. He looked calm, but he absolutely robs Jaco Wysick. Early second period. It stays even thanks to 63. 2-2 here from the Sleeman Center. We're back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
This is Josh Glavin, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Another save from Stepan Shurigan took us into that last media timeout. Stopped 8 shots tonight. This is his 9th consecutive start. And again, we touched on it just prior to puck drop. .907 save percentage for Shurigan in the 8 games that preceded this one. Gets into the goal post and makes a nice glove save on Jaco Wysick just prior to that stoppage, as now Sebastian Gervais is going to get tossed from this face-off. So Miroslav Shatan will take it. McFadden, as the Storm win a draw. McKenzie's shot hums wide and off the end wall, pops back in front. This is Wysick. Up to the top of the zone, dropped it off. Point shot, McFadden tipped on its way through, spikes to the boards. Wysick, one hand on the stick up high, keeps it in against Shatan, and a top shot fought off by Shurigan. The rebound turned out as well. First save with the glove, second with the pad. McFadden down to the corner, watched by Gervais. Tries to walk in front. Here's a chance. McFadden hauled down and a penalty coming. He got hit, I believe, as he was tripped. 12:45 to go, and it's a hooking penalty coming up here to Saginaw. Sebastian Gervais forced into that one. But good speed out of the corner there from McFadden, as he forces Gervais to latch on and try to go for a ride. Second penalty of the night here for Saginaw Sebastian Gervais. Second Storm Master Exteriors penalty kill. Storm 1-for-1 on the man advantage. Charlie Paquette lined up in the shooting position off this draw. Now he'll come in to take it as Serling gets waved out. Ryland Singh, 12:40 to go here. Second period tie game. Storm on the man advantage. Serling, right circle, goal line. Walking back up high. This is Ryland Singh. Center point now near side Paquette. Thrown over. Leo Serling down to the goal line again. Chance in front. McLean shot. Great save by Shurigan. The rebound shoveled wide by Miedema. Serling on the far boards. Jammed up by Go. This is Paquette. Back to the wall. Now cross ice. Serling steps in. A good block there by James Go. Paquette on the rebound. Singh spun cross ice. This is Singh walking in, and a shot blocked by Go. Up into the netting, out of play. 12:07 left in the second period. 1:22 seconds left on the penalty to Sebastian Gervais. Some good shot blocks by James Go on that PK for Saginaw. He's back to the bench with Harmer, Kluche, and Jones. Second PK squad comes out for Chris Lazary, Nick Seema, Dima Zilkin, Josh Glavin, and Hayden Barks out there to try and preserve the tie for now. They win the faceoff. Barch jams that puck around the boards, and it's all the way back into Guelph. Real estate, 8 minutes gone in the second period here. Nearly halfway through the Gervais penalty. McFadden up to center ice. He's the one that drew this call. He's going to try to dart into the offensive end. Lost the puck away from Barch. This one turned back around. Miedema off the near boards. Little hesitation there against Sema. Can't strip him. Here's Serlin. Back up high, McFadden. Center point, now right wing, Serlin. Cross ice through the seam. Puck cut off the goalpost. Shurigan may have gotten a piece too. As Miedema crashes into him, the Spirit clear the puck. 11:26 to go in the period. Little tap from the goal stick for Stepan Shurigan on that goalpost. Keeps the game even at 2 aside. Wysick drops it off. Beauchene. For Ryland Singh again. Yakko Wysick. Near side. Belahorski. Can't get this puck in deep. It's at the goal line now. Then back up to the left point. Ryland Singh over. Beauchene walks into the circle. Shotgunned high. And this will ride the boards all the way back into the neutral zone. One last gasp here for the Storm on this power play. That'll quickly be taken away as Josh Glavin clears. Back in behind the net of Jovanovski as Gervais comes out. Just one goalpost there for the Storm on that man advantage. Xander Valeris out from his own end, angled in by Barabanov. This will not go for an icing as Gervais gets right back in after it. Up the near boards, Barabanov walks to the middle, cross ice. This is Valeris, long shot, tipped in front as Kluche was right on the doorstep. That goes wide up the wall. James Go keeps it in, soccered back out by Beauchene. James goes on it, calmly keeps things alive on the Storm side of the red line. But Stevens takes over here for Guelph. Singh back up for Belahorski, who just angles it back into the Spirit end and goes for a change. Xander Valeris up and deflected into the stands. 10:01 to go here in the second period. Face-off back at center. And if you feel like staying up late tonight, 7 o'clock Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern, the San Jose Barracuda play the Tucson Roadrunners in the American Hockey League, and that is of particular interest because Michael Misa will rejoin Braden Hache, Igor Chernyshov, Ethan Cardwell, though they never played together, but former Spirit players all suiting up for the Barracuda tonight. As Michael Misa makes his AHL debut, he's down on a conditioning stint. As now Jacob Kluche tries to turn things back in front as the offense continues here from Guelph. Point shot by Jones, sails out the other direction. Blake Barnes from the right point, hit by McKenzie. Puck in the offensive corner for Saginaw as this one is lofted up and out of play. Delay a game penalty upcoming. That was just turned and fired. Really not a ton of pressure for Parker Snellgrove. And an unforced error there may benefit Saginaw as they go back to the Storm Asterix PW Local 557 power play. We are in the cycle there. Saginaw 1 for 1 on their lone man advantage here tonight. Second opportunity. On the delay game call. Usual suspects are out on it. Gervais, Barabanov, Zhilkin, Klepov, and Go. Took 7 seconds last time. Here's James Go again. Zhilkin, Barabanov takes a shot, saves Jovanovski. Rebound, chance is loose, and the whistle finally. After that puck flashed underneath the glove of Jovanovski for a second. 9:23 here in the period. That'll take just 6 seconds off the power play clock. Jovanovski's able to freeze it, though, and another offensive zone face-off here. Sebastian Gervais wins the draw again. James Go down low. Barabanov right back in front of shot. Gervais can't tap it in. Looked like he had an open net. Barabanov now from the circle. James Go again. Left circle, Dimas Zhilkin. Back to Go up top. Spins it there for Klepov. Between the dots, Zhilkin back in front. Klepov, one-timer blocked on its way by Serlin. He tests the stick to make sure it's still in one piece. Paquette just gets this puck out to the neutral zone and backhands it in. Stepan Shurigan dropped it off for Go. Dumped off the wall. Dimas Zhilkin picks it up out of the Spirit end. Speed down the wing, cuts to the middle, throws it far side. Gervais for Barabanov. Left wing hash marks. He weaves his way down low and drops it off for Zhilkin. Gervais just got buried in front of the net. Here's Go. Back over for Zhilkin. Halfway through the power play. Zhilkin goal line. This is Gervais back to Dimas Zhilkin in the left circle. Right in front. Klepov sweeps it towards the net. That one covered by Jovanovski as Gervais was sniffing around, and some head shakes from Gervais, a frustrated stick smack on the ice from Nikita Klepov. Saginaw came close to a power play goal and 3 or 4 opportunities there in the first half of the power play alone. Just could not get through Jovanovski, couldn't get their looks through cleanly. Shot was blocked by the stick of Serlin on that one-time opportunity from Klepov. 57 seconds left on the man advantage. Another big-time face-off win. This time it's Carson Harmer as the second unit's out. Kluche up top. And Levi Harper shot into traffic. Left skate saved by Jovanovski. Harmer for Harper. Just inside the line. Walks to the middle. Now for Uri Rauja. Head up, near side. Harmer in the circle. Takes a shot high and wide. Missed on the glove hand side, but it's kept alive by Harper. Not once, but twice. Harper moving down. Through some stick checks. Takes a shot there, and that's into the glove of Jovanovski. Rowan Top has Nick Sema right in front of the net. I'm not sure how Jovanovski saw that puck. So many bodies in front. 7:58 to go here in period 2. Uri Rauja in his 9th game of OHL action here. And that stint only going to last 30 seconds for the second power play unit as the Top Dogs come back out. Gervais to take the draw against Leo Serlin. 50-50 puck. Gervais has it. Had to shorten up on the stick, and he just shovels it towards the net. Again, what a month in November it's been for Sebastian Gervais. Surged up to the top 5 in Spirit scoring. He's got goals in each of the last 4 hockey games. Point-per-game player in the season's second full month. The Storm will clear here to round out the PK. Just 19 seconds left as Shurigan sets up go. Shilkin. That's broken up by Leo Serlin. It'll roll up on edge. Look out, Jovanovski tried to cover it. It went off the tip of his glove. The Storm have it back out at center, though. McKenzie back into the offensive zone. Tries to shift wide on Barch. Throws that one right onto the stick of Nikita Klepov. Snellgrove is out of the Guelph penalty box. Klepov ducks around him. He's into the offensive end. Good move by Klepov. He found Barabana between the circles. A shot. Can't get it off cleanly. As Beauchesne blocks that one. Gervais out of the corner. One hands the puck. Can't get it to Barabanov. Back up at center. Barch just fires it back in from the red line. Saginaw's got to touch up. Gervais would have been offside. Brassard. Back to neutral ice here for the Storm. This is fired back around. James Go against Belahorski. Parker Snellgrove in after it. Taken again here by Gervais out of the defensive end. Taken by Barch. Up the near side. Nice pass to find Barabanov, surrounded by white sweaters. Won't get a clean shot off, as they will get that up and out of play into the netting. 6:48 to go in the second. And the story of the period here for Saginaw is Guelph sticks in the lane. They have come inches away from dangerous scoring opportunity, one after another. And just the toe of a stick, the corner of the shaft, the Bauer logo gets in the way. And instead of a shot on goal or past Zach Jovanovski, it's up and out of play or to the corner. Shots 21-12 in favor of Saginaw here at this point in the hockey game. 6:48 to go in the second period. Jaakko Weissek against Kluche on the faceoff to the right of Jovanovski. Harmer helps it back to Jones. At the point, intercepted and flipped back out to center by Guelph's Stevens. Braden Jones from his own end. A flipping puck taken by the skates of Spada. Can't get that out cleanly. Stevens corrals it here for the Storm. Back up through the Guelph logo at center. Meet him up. Down the left side. A rising shot headed aside by Stepan Shurgin out of play. That would have been one heck of a goal from Stevens. I believe that was a shot on goal that Shurgin had to noggin out of the way. Looked like a nothing play. Carter Stevens, 9 goals in 18 games on the season. A backhander from the bottom of the circle, and Shurgin's going to shake the cobwebs out a little bit. Anything to stop the puck. Maybe a fresh black mark on the side of that well-painted helmet for Stepan Shurgin. In the old days of Jerry Cheevers, that puck mark would have been accompanied by some stitches. Of course, drawn on by a Sharpie, but the mask designs have come a long way since then. Long shoot in here from Saginaw after the defensive end faceoff. Belahorski run into Nick Sema, and almost that turnover turned into a scoring opportunity by Saginaw's overager. Instead, it's Belahorski back the other way. Down the left side, Babin cleaned out by Josh Glavin. Big-time collision behind the net as Hayden Barch Runs right through one of the Storm players. A penalty is coming. Singh, right wing circle shot. Right pad save by Shurigan. As a face-off is coming. 5:52 to go in the period. Josh Glavin is locked up with Babin right now. I believe it was Barch who laid that hit. I can't tell which Storm player it is behind the Saginaw net. It might be Alex McLean, as he is down and not moving very much. Crumpled by that hit, I believe, by Hayden Barch. 5:52 left here in the second period. The two sides have been separated. As we try to get another look here at that particular hit. Tough to see as that transpired back and behind the Saginaw net. 5:52 left in the second. I believe we're due for a media timeout here. And we're going to stick around for the moment as Alex McLean is back on all fours being tended to by the Guelph training staff. Hayden Barch is in the Saginaw penalty box. There is a 5-minute major on the board right now. As it's Bella Horsky who is going to be taken back to the bench. He's going to skate back under his own power. We will take a break here. 5:52 left in the second period. 2-2. We'll see what the penalty damage is. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Graydon Jones, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Back inside the Sleeman Center, 5:52 to go here in the second period. And the iPad is out, down at ice level. Simon Belahorsky got locked up in a collision with Saginaw's Hayden Barch. They are taking a look at the legality of the hit right now. There's a 5-minute major up on the board, and of course that's what allows them to go back and look at the hit. We are ourselves trying to locate a replay up here in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth to try and inform you listening at home what exactly the Spirit could be looking at here. Jason Feist and Kevin MacArthur are the referees in this game, and they're giving it its due diligence. It was Simon Belahorsky who got locked up back in with Hayden Barch behind the net. They've knocked it down from a 5 to a 2. So Belahorsky was taken back to the Storm bench. Hayden Barch is just going to sit for 2 minutes here in the penalty box. That is the best case scenario really for all parties involved. But still, the fact of the matter is that Saginaw's got their third Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill staring them in the face right now in a tie hockey game. This one rimmed back around out of a defensive zone faceoff here by the Spirit. They're not going to be able to hang on to it, though. Meet them up back in behind for Glavin. They'll lock up, and this puck jammed up the far wall and around. Serlin for McFadden. Storm power play. A stumble there for Serlin. That could be brought back out the other way by James Go. Now the Storm will retreat back into their own end. 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. McFadden up from center. Jammed in back around. Gervais can't knock that one down in the Saginaw side of things, but Serling keeps it alive and fires it back behind the net of Shurigan. Already 40 seconds gone on the penalty to Hayden Barch. McFadden keeps it alive. Nearly stripped at the blue line by Gervais, but McFadden walks in between the dots. Taken away by Zilkin. Can't get the puck out of the zone. McFadden moves it there for Miedema. Walking off the boards to the middle. Miedema lets that one go. This is Paquette for McFadden now. Serlin rotates up high. McFadden hangs onto the puck. Gives it to Serlin. It was off his skate. Could have skated into it now. Down low. Right in front. Jammed by Miedema. And the puck just trickles over the goal line. It's a power play goal. 4:45 to go in the second. Guelph makes it 3-2. Well, as Ethan Miedema picks up his 14th goal of the season, 14th career point against the Saginaw Spirit as well. It's another power play goal And the Storm very nearly gave up a couple of shorthanded breaks back the other direction. But a stick not tied up in front. Meadham is able to lean on top of it. And it's in the back of the net behind Stepan Shurigan. The Storm ahead at 3-2, 4:37 to go in this second period. Ethan Meadham he's got a lot of mass to lean on that stick too. 6'4", 212 pounds. That is a tough stick to lift. Right in the blue crease. Neutral zone faceoff taken by Saginaw's Carson Harmer. And the Spirit trail for the first time tonight. McKenzie, turnover at center. Wysick will one-hand this back in past Braden Jones. A Storm surge right now. Saginaw's got to try to survive. They've got the shot advantage, 21-14 in the game. They got the puck into the offensive zone. That's Papoy, and they're offside. They got tied up in the last minute. 4:14 left here in this second frame. The call to Hayden Barch ended up being an interference penalty rather than boarding. And the Storm do cash in on the man advantage. Alex McLean and Leo Serlin will each pick up their second assist to the game. Neutral zone face-off. The Storm have it again. Waved back in by Meadham. And behind the net is Stepan Shurigan. Levi Harper taken to the boards by Snellgrove, but he moved the puck. Nikita Klepov's in some danger. Meadham is going to steal. Underneath Snellgrove. Well-timed stick left there by Levi Harper. Snellgrove battles, moves the puck up high, though. Sing a shot well wide, intentionally so. Meadham can't jam it back in front thanks to Saginaw's James Go. Demas Yilkin on it from center now for Klepov. Just inside the line. A spin for Klepov to get around Spada. Takes it to the net. Klepov right there. A shot off Jovanovski. Oh, he made another save. He didn't even know where the puck was. Just left the hand out there and shuts down Barabanov. Klepov back for Barabanov. Just inside the zone. Down to the corner. James Go for Klepov. The shot just deflected. And again, up and out of play. Off a stick in the lane on the Guelph side of things. Zach Jovanovski, positional goaltending right there. A phenomenal move by Klepov. He spins off the check just inside the line. Rides the energy through the circle and towards the net. He does get a shot off. I believe the first shot was stopped by Jovanovski. And there are bodies in front of him, so he can't see where the puck is. He just leaves the glove out and behind, and that's what Barabanov hit. Carson Harmer gets waved down to this offensive zone face-off with Kluche and Papoy. Kluche to take the draw. One back with help from Harper to Harmer. Harmer knocked into the boards. Gets back on the puck and sends it underneath for Papoy. Now Kluche in the right wing corner. Trying to put it back in front. Tied up by McFadden. Centering pass there goes off of Papoy. Levi Harper taken down by Serlin. We're going to continue here. McFadden on the Guelph counterattack. They've got numbers just inside the line. McFadden drops it off too far, but it's picked up by Paquette into the right wing circle. Now down to the goal line. Inside 3 to go in the second. 3-2 Storm. A shot gets blocked by Jacob Kluche. Leo Serlin. Now for Paquette. This one, nice move in front. That one a pad save by Stepan Shurigan as Paquette nearly undressed the Saginaw defense. No more puck for Jacob Kluche as McFadden turns things back in. Gets a glancing blow from Levi Harper. Harper spins this one back up now for Jacob Kluche. And it's pawed down by Beauchesne. And a hand pass will be ruled here as Stevens gets a little whack there from Levi Harper. 2:26 to go in the second. Shots a little bit more even here in this second period as I believe I've been maybe giving you faulty information. The live stats on the OHL website indicate Guelph outshooting Saginaw 23-22. Stats in the building have Saginaw outshooting Guelph 22-14. That's a pretty big difference. We're going to work during the intermission to maybe figure out which one of those numbers is right for you, but the number we all know to be true right now, a 3-2 lead for the Guelph Storm. Saginaw on the offensive end. This is Klepov, a rising shot. Good shoulder saved by Jovanovski. Out of the corner again. Klepov works his way up the boards. He's been elusive tonight. Glavin tries to move this puck back down low for Zilkin. Unties himself from Frassard. Now stick lifts from Zilkin back in behind the net. This is Beauchesne here for the Storm. Outlet pass for Jaakko Wysick. 2 minutes left in the second period. 3-2 Storm on a power play goal. McKenzie left that puck behind Barch. Outlet pass now for Zilkin. Surrounded by white sweaters into the zone. Drops it off for Klepov. Nice move to shake on through. Gets it to the front of the net, but can't be handled by Barabanov. Carter Stevens taken heavily into the boards by Zilkin. And icing is called here. 1:41 to go in the second. And the Spirit have some barks for Carter Stevens, who was on the receiving end of that hit. Nikita Klepov back to the Spirit bench here to get a line change. Third line comes on. Gervais, Sema, and Uri Rauja. Saginaw again going with 7 forwards, 7 defensemen and 11 forwards. Liam Storch is the scratch tonight. Jensen Geldart as well. Ryan Hanrahan misses his 14th game with a hand injury. And off the face-off in the offensive zone, and instead goes back behind the Guelph goal line. 1:35 here in the second. 3-2 Storm. They move things back into the Spirit end. Levi Harper back to pick it up. The forechecking of Snellgrove. Heavy hit there, but Harper stays on his skates. Grant Spada has it back at the Guelph blue line. That shot just chopped down by Pape. Sema throws it back up in the neutral zone. Singh. Fired back down now by the glove of Go. Up for Uri Rauja. Stolen here by Pape. Storm have numbers. Miedema, a little bit of room. Stops up. That goes off the skate of Rauja. Gervais to pursue now. Back behind the Saginaw goal line. James Go. Outlet pass. Can't be knocked down by Seamus. Give me the first man to it out of the corner, though. Takes it right to the net. Good save made by Jovanovski. As Sema waiting like a crouched tiger at the blue line. Almost timed that perfectly. As James Go just fires it back in. Spada wheels it back around. Singh. Back in the Storm end. Run off by Nick Sema. 40 to go in the period. Spada up the near side. Just angled back up by Miedema. Pape just inside the Saginaw blue line. Rolls it back in for Stepan Shurigan. One more line change here for the Storm. Chris Lazary has the Barabanov line out. Harper moves the puck. Zilkin angles it back in. Barabanov to pursue with 23 to go. Gets to it first. Barabanov in front for Zilkin. The shot. That somehow stays out after 3 bounces in front. Shoveled there from the blue line by Josh Glavin and wide. 14 left in the period. Klepov goes sliding into the corner. This is taken by McLean. He gets hammered there by Zilkin. Punishing check along the near sideboards. And Josh Glavin will calmly move this puck for Hayden Barch to end the second. Oh, turnover. Beauchene gets a shot off there. And blocker saved by Shurigan. Maybe we all spoke a bit too soon. Saginaw does get to the end of the second period with one final save from their goaltender. 3-2, the Storm will take the advantage into the second. We'll get the shots for you coming up here in the intermission report. Storm have the advantage. Back to the Sleeman Center coming up after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Tapple to create your personal price plan today.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today. The disability experts in your community.
It's time for your intermission report. In the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, here is Jonathan Dent.
Well, the second period was all about special teams and goaltending. Guelph squeaks one through Stepan Shurigan to take a 3-2 lead heading into the third period. Let's take a look back at that middle frame, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It was a 2-2 game heading into this second period, and the high-speed back and forth kept right up out of the gate with Saginaw quickly gaining control of things to start at least. They put some shot toward the Guelph net, but Jovanovski is able to hold them off. Guelph gets some pressure of their own. Carter Stevens sets up Jakob Wysick for a backdoor tap-in, but Stepan Shurigan steps across, seals off the post to maintain that tie.
A little miscommunication on that pass. This is Stevens now from the Guelph bench. Back in behind the Saginaw net, looking backdoor chance. Great save with the glove. Stepan Shurigan gets over. He looked calm, but he absolutely robs Jakob Wysick.
Sebastian Gervais sits for hooking 7 minutes, 15 seconds in. Storm get their second power play of the evening. They hammer away at the Saginaw net early, but Shurigan, the Spirit defense, and the Spirit's right goalpost are able to hold on to kill that one off. Soon after, Saginaw gets their own power play, delay of game on Parker Snellgrove. They set up, they send pucks on target, 5 shots during that 2 minutes, 4 face-off wins during that 2 minutes, but they're able to keep possession in the offensive end, but the Storm are able to kill that one off. They get some chances of their own in after, but Shurigan uses his head to make a good save.
Back up through the Guelph logo at center. Meet him up. Down the left side. A rising shot headed aside by Stepan Shurigan, out of play. That was a shot on goal that Shurigan had to noggin out of the way.
14 minutes, 8 seconds in. Hayden Barch sits for interference, giving Guelph another power play opportunity. Almost making it all the way through, but at 15 minutes, 50 seconds, the Storm get things moving. Leo Serlin goes down low to Alex McLean, and Ethan Miedema scores from the doorstep to give the Storm their first lead of the night.
Gives it to Serlin. It was off his skate. Could have skated into it now. Down low, right in front, jammed by Miedema, and the puck just trickles over the goal line. It's a power play goal. 4:45 to go in the second. Guelph makes it 3-2.
The Spirit pushed back in the closing minutes of this period, especially Saginaw's top line, putting some great shots toward the net, but they just can't break Zach Jovanovski.
Just inside the line. A spin for Klepov to get around Spada. Takes it to the net. Klepov right there. A shot off Jovanovski. Oh, he made another save. He didn't even know where the puck was. Just left the hand out there and shuts down Barabanov.
The push lasts all the way to the horn, but it's 3-2 after 2 periods. Shots on goal, at least according to the official OHL website, dead even, 13-13 in the second period for a game total of 24-24. If we're looking at the in-building count, it's 23 shots for Saginaw, 15 for Guelph. So take that for what it's worth. The Spirit 1 for 2 on the power play. Guelph, it should be 2 for 3, as they did score on the power play there in the second. Face-off wins going Saginaw's way. Now they were pretty close toward the end of the first, but Saginaw now holds a 22-18 lead in that department. Ethan Miedema, the load goal in the second period. Alex McLean and Leo Serlin on the assists for that one. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Dylan Clark and I break down that second period a little bit more for you here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
My Michigan Health is your go-to place for comprehensive brain, stroke, and spine care right here in your community. Our expert neuroscience team provides care close to home with multiple certified stroke centers throughout the region, including the only comprehensive stroke center in Saginaw. With 24/7 medical expertise, the latest diagnostic tools, and advanced treatments, we're ready when you need us most. Learn more at mymichigan.org/neuro.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
We're Duralast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Duralast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Duralast, the world's best roof.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back. After 2 periods of play, the Storm take the lead 3-2 as we bring in from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, Dylan Clark. Dylan, whereas the first period was some quick back and forth, goals either way, power play goals either way, this one a little bit more stingy on the goal side of things, despite the shot count going up. What did we see there in the middle frame?
I think we saw a pretty understandable second period. These two teams haven't seen each other since early October. They were getting the feel for one another in the first. Things tightened up there in the second period, and I think there was a big fear of making mistakes in a lot of cases. We'll go with the official OHL website for the shot count. 11-11 in the first, 13-13 in the second. So we're deadlocked at 24 to this point in the hockey game. You know what? There's not a lot of room out there, but the Storm have the edge, I would say, in battling for the extra room. That's been the difference as far as battling for real estate in front of the net. I want to take you back to last Wednesday against the Flint Firebirds. The Spirit lost on a power play goal late in that game. It was a stick that was not tied up in front of the net. I'm trying to think back. I want to say it was Jimmy Lombardi. That got the deflection and that power play goal that ended up winning the game for the Guelph Storm, or for the Flint Firebirds rather. Similar situation, an unattended stick from Ethan Miedema right in front of the Spirit net, ends up in the back of the goal, a power play marker, and that's right now what has the Guelph Storm up by a goal. You do not want that to be the difference maker for the second time in another week. Like, it's the small details like that. You know, what's the old saying? The devil's in the details. And that's a detail that Saginaw's got to pay a little bit more attention to. Just the being difficult to play against in front of their own net. It wasn't on that case, and they got burned on it.
Well, and on the other side of things, Guelph has been doing that. They have been difficult to play against. They've been blocking the shots, not letting too much through. There were some high-danger chances, but they all came on the power play when Saginaw had a little bit more room to play with. Guelph, in their own end, has really locked things down in that middle frame, making it difficult for Saginaw.
They have, and I'll give the Spirit credit. Like, they haven't exactly shied away from trying to get to the front of the net. It's just they've got to do it with a little bit more frequency. Nikita Klepov's had some really good looks, but no, you're right. The Storm have kind of locked things down. They made it a hard path to the front of the net, but also, like you said, so many sticks in the lanes. I would say probably 8 or 9 really good scoring opportunities for Saginaw. Had an extremely above average chance of ending up at the back of the net had it not been for the toe of the stick or whatever that's just barely hanging out in the lane. You know, give the Storm credit. They've had the lanes clogged up for a lot of times in the defensive zone, and that was probably the difference maker. You know, had it not been for some of those quick deflections, Saginaw's back in this game or ahead. But the Storm have been, you know, they've been taking away the options in front of the net.
You mentioned Nikita Klepov there. Towards the end of the second period, it was his line with Zhilkin and Barabanov that was really driving play towards the net. Some great looks there. You got to think they're going to be the ones trying to haul Saginaw back into third.
Yeah, the top 6 is going to have to come through here for Saginaw, I think. They've had some really good looks. Dima Zhilkin's thrown some great body checks. Nikita Klepov is must-see hockey right now. He would be probably the greatest candidate to find the back of the net here in the third period for Saginaw. He's looking like he has when he scores the highlight reel goals. Like, think back to the highlight reel move against Owen Sound earlier this year. He's just skating downhill. He's ready to skate through anybody. And the hands are operating at the same speed as the feet. And that's a good thing because the feet are moving pretty fast for Nikita Klepov. So keep an eye on 98 coming out here in the third period. He might be their best bet to get back in this hockey game.
Third period action coming up. Dylan, as always, thank you for your time. We'll take a quick break. When we come back to look at our out-of-town scores, plenty of action in the OHL right here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Beerline Companies also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Welcome back. Jonathan Dent here with your out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. A lot of action in the Ontario Hockey League here on a Friday night. The Brampton Steelheads carry 2-0 lead into the third period over the Niagara Ice Dogs. In Kitchener, the Rangers are up 4-1 over the visiting Peterborough Petes. Kitchener and Guelph set to do battle tomorrow night. It was a scoreless tie after one period of play between the Windsor Spitfires and the London Knights. The Spits have rocketed out to a 3-0 lead in the second period. A power play goal and 2 even strength have them out to that pretty good lead there. The Barrie Colts break the deadlock 3-1 right now over the Ottawa 67s. In Owen Sound, the Attack hold a 3-1 lead over the Erie Otters. A 2-2 tie between the Flint Firebirds and the Kingston Frontenacs. Flint scores 2 early in the second. Kingston gets one back towards the end to keep that tied up heading into the third. A 1-1 tie between the Sarnia Sting and the Sudbury Wolves. Another one that was a scoreless tie last time we checked in on them. And a 7-1. Hold on. No, it is now an 8-2 tie. Or not a tie, an 8-2 lead for the Sioux Greyhounds over the Oshawa Generals. 2 goals being registered there, one for Oshawa, one for the Greyhounds, but they've been put into the score sheet at 1 second apart. I don't think that's quite what happened. We'll keep you up to date on that. A very eventful 17th minute of the second period, if that's the case, though, as the Greyhounds score 17-24, the Generals score 17-58, and apparently the Greyhounds score again just a second later. We'll get that sorted out for you next time we check out our out-of-town scores. They're brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Third period action between the Saginaw Spirit and the Guelph Storm coming up after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
Yeah, I
I know, it's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
We're Duralast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Duralast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Duralast, the world's best roof.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber. Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Back inside the Sleeman Center for the start of the third period. Puck moved back in behind Stepan Shurigan. We waste no time getting into the final 20 minutes here. The Guelph Storm ahead on Saginaw 3-2, but now with Jilkin dancing into the offensive end. The snapshot save made by the right padded Jovanovski, and the rebound sent wide by Barabanov. Serlin on the counterattack. Here come the Storm 2-on-1. McLean down the right side with Paquette in front over. He scores. The odd man break kills Saginaw here. Stepan Shurigan, no chance. 19:33 to go in the third period. The Guelph Storm make it 4-2. That's 3 unanswered here. Second of the game for Charlie Paquette. And another assist, given 3 on the night for Alex McLean. 4-point game right now. Three helpers and a goal. And the Storm are in the driver's seat right now. Face off at center. We really did waste no time getting into this third period. Back in behind the net is Stepan Shurigan. Braden Jones taken into the boards by Parker Snellgrove. Up the near side, Brody Papoy. We'll move it there for Carson Harmer and out to center ice. A bouncing puck glove down by Quinn Beauchene. Back up now for Parker Snellgrove. Leading the Guelph counterattack, it's Miedema now down the right side, cutting back just inside the line. Takes Barnes with him on a shot off the body of Shurigan and pops up into the air. Harmer gets a heavy shoulder there from Miedema. Now Kluche's got to duck out of the way of a hit. Jacob Kluche bumps it out wide. Brody Papoy down to the right side. That shot tipped at the last second again. Jovanovski, I don't believe, had to make a save. Kluche for Jones in the neutral zone. Tries to dust this one off here in his second full season of OHL action. Stretch pass looking for Sebastian Gervais. Going to go down as an icing here. Minute and a half gone in this third period here. Face off to come all the way back down to the right. And in Stepan Shurigan's neck of the woods. McLean and Serlin pick up the assists on Guelph's 4-2 goal here. Their third unanswered. The top line doing all the damage here for the Storm in this hockey game. They win another offensive zone faceoff. Jaco Wysick back up for top. McKenzie spins in front. Here's a chance. This one knocked back and forth from Carter Stevens. Rowan Top keeps the puck alive at the line. Left point. McFadden. That one right into the right hand of Nick Seema. He's in some discomfort right now. He's going to try to hurry off, but he does get that puck out of danger. This puck fired back in. Uri Rauja, far boards. Lays it off the wall there for Sebastian Gervais. Down the right wing, Gervais got 3 Storm players with him, poked away, but following was Klepov, takes a shot, saved by Jovanovski, rebound chance. That one stopped as well from Gervais. Spade up, outlet pass. Hunter McKenzie, thrown back in. Harper there against Carter Stevens, now for Serlin again. Harper and Gervais double up on it. This is James Go now. Takes a heavy check from McLean. Uri Rauja, back down into the corner, Go. Has to get away from McLean here. Levi Harper for Nikita Klepov, stumbling as he was taken down. Play continues as Sebastian Gervais just gets this puck up into the offensive end. Ryland Singh trying to go D to D. He was a little too far behind his defensive partner in Grant Spada. We'll take an extra second in behind the net of Jovanovski to reset here. Just about 3 minutes gone in the third period. 4-2 Storm. Lofted back in by Leo Serling. Harper gets it there for Saginaw. He's been united with James Go here. His defensive partner, Zilkin, kicks this out wide. Levi Harper, a little fumble on that puck as it's down in the right wing corner now. Taken by Eric Frassard. Really no chance to do anything there for Saginaw once that rolled off the stick of Harper. James Go shot that off the wall, delayed offside for Paquette. He's going to go back and touch up as it hit the linesman. Now a stretch pass. Go finds Barabanov down the left side. Has to cut back against Beauchene. Dumps it off the wall. Zilkin is there. Miedema lost it. Barabanov back behind the Guelph goal. Big time hit there as Beauchene's going to toss Barabanov into the wall. Nothing called as things go the other direction. Here comes Miedema. There's a rough angle there for Barabanov. He's going to bark back at the referee on his way up ice. James Go, backhanded pass. Kluche, little fumble for it with Frassard, but he's got things into the offensive end. There for Barabanov. Lots of room. Barabanov, left wing circle, and the snapshot goes high. Blake Barnes sweeps that one towards the net. Stick stop there by Jovanovski. Kluche recycles it there for Trevor Thoyer. Around the near side it comes, angled back out by Mark Pape. Alexander Valeris will collect it back in the Saginaw zone. Long stretch pass angled into the crowd. Off the stick of Saginaw's Trevor Thoyer. 15:47 to go here in the third period. 4-2 lead for the Guelph Storm. As Saginaw just, including tonight, 5 games left until the holiday break. And as it is that time of year, the Santa Stocking Stuffer is available for purchase. 6 upper-level vouchers and a $10 merch coupon. Available at SaginawSpirit.com. Pick yours up for the Spirit fan in your life today as Saginaw is offside. Moving back into the zone. That'll freeze the clock at 15:42 here in this third period. A short-ish weekend for Saginaw as they're in Brampton tomorrow to take on the Steelheads at 4 o'clock. Pre-game from the CAA Center will start here on 100.5 FM WSGW at 3:45. Josh Glavin after this neutral zone faceoff up to Trevor Thoyer. McFadden there against Brody Papoy. Another collision. Hayden Barch seals off the far wall. Babbitt there for the Storm. This is McKenzie. Trevor Thoyer tried to step up, and McKenzie blew right by him. A pad save made by Shurigan. Hayden Barch tied up by Babbitt. This is Saginaw's Glavin now. Off the wall, looking for Trevor Thoyer, and another icing call coming up here against Saginaw. 15:11 to go. Unable to really orchestrate anything coming out of the defensive zone. 15:11 here in the third period. 4-2 Storm. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Offensive zone faceoff won by the Storm here in the third. A rising shot by Spada. Does not get to the net. Jaco Wysick centering pass. That's tied up by Josh Glavin. Up the far boards it goes. Ryland Singh hit by Brody Papoy. Wysick takes over. Miedema shouldered by Thoyer. The puck comes back out, and Josh Glavin's going to fire that one to the glass. Off the near wall. Thoyer's got a battle for it. Saginaw just hemmed in their own end right now. Can't get much farther than the red line. That's where Carson Harmer's going to tip it back in and go for a change. Nick Sema back on the ice for Saginaw after blocking a shot with his hand. This is taken here by Grant Spada. Rammed back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Stevens. Now for Miedema down low in the right wing corner. Back up to the right point, Ryland Singh. Floats one to the net, blocked by James Go. Loose in front of the net is Shurigan. James Go calmly moves it out of danger. This is Uri Rauja off the boards. Gervais hollering for it. Gets tied up there by Frassard, but racing in is Nick Sema. Down into the left corner. Sema lost it as he tried to tuck it to the forehand and carry it to the net. The Storm clear. Leo Serlin has the jump on James Go. No icing as that puck dances back in behind the Saginaw net. Charlie Paquette, center point now. Beauchene rising shot goes wide. McLean chases it down behind the Spirit goal. Up high. Frassard the shot right on and a save by Shurigan. He hangs on for a faceoff. 13:45 to go, third period. 4-2 Storm. We're back to the Sleeman Center in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Hi, this is Nick Sema, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside the Sleeman Center, 13:45 here in this third period. The Storm have found the back of the net early to make it 4-2. They outshoot Saginaw 5-2 here in this third period. Defensive zone faceoff coming up here for Saginaw. Charlie Paquette to go against Barabanov. Just fired off the boards here by Glavin. Beauchesne knocks it down at center red. Glavin's got some time here to sort things out of his own end. Short pass to find Barabanov. Now far side. Just jammed back in by Klepov. It's off the stick of the goaltender, Jovanovski. Now Paquette sent it back up to the right point. This is Barabanov. Klepov keeps it alive near side Zhilkin. Spun underneath. Hayden Bartz gets on his horse and goes down below the Guelph goal line. Chopped that by Beauchesne. McLean gives this one off. Paquette counterattack. Serlin down the right wing. Put back in front. Paquette to the net and a great pad save. Oh, step on Shurigan. Holding Saginaw in this one. Now it's Zhilkin back the other way. Down the wing. Zhilkin can't get around his man. Will McFadden picks things up here for the Storm. The outlet pass deflected by Klepov. Blake Barnes throws his cross ice to Xander Valeris. Up to Barabanov, laid into an area. Klepov on it. Not much in the way of support. His teammates going for a line change. He's back in behind the goal line now. Ended up the wall. Valeris stays in the play to keep it alive. Blake Barnes, right point. Now center point Valeris. Head up, takes a shot. Saved by Jovanovski. No traffic in front. Pape will clear things on the backhand here for the Storm. Miedema flips it back in past Valeris. Miedema's got a path to the net. Takes it right around. And a right pad save there. Maybe two by Stepan Shurigan. Up the near boards it comes. Top. Down to the corner. Pape closed off by Valeris. This is Miedema. Off his stick. Barabanov's going to reel this in. He's at the end of a long shift. Going to have to get off here. He cuts over and drops it off for Brody Popoy. Line change for Saginaw. Popoy shovels that one high and off the glass. Crashes heavily into the near boards. There with Rowan Top. Puck is picked up by Jacob Kluche in the neutral zone. Wheels back in through center. Here comes Kluche. Puck just gotten at the last second, I think, by Pape. Now it's off the board. Jones, backhanded pass. In for Carson Harmer. Going to try to spring Kluche in front. Just tied up there by Spade at the last second. Puck poked off there. Kluche looking for Popoy. Kluche can't keep things alive. This is poked back out to center by Guelph Stevens. Fumbled there by James Go. And the puck will be thrown back down into the offensive corner here for the Storm. Go. Outlet pass. This is Popoy. Carson Harmer trying to sort himself out in the neutral zone. After he got locked up with McKenzie, Storm just shut it down at their own blue line and dump it back into the Spirit end. 11:15 to go here in the third. 4-2 Guelph. One goal early on in this third period off the stick of Charlie Paquette. Now a steal just outside the Spirit blue line. McLean trying to throw it down in front for Serlin. James Go gets there. Cuts off that opportunity, and this is Sebastian Gervais. Back up to Kluche. Just inside the line. Kluche knights his way through, and a shot there by Gervais right off the crest of Jovanovski, the goaltender. And Kluche does not feel like leaving the blue crease right now. Serlin will give him a couple of shots. Paquette and Gervais right now. .10:55 here in period 3. What is the answer? Dima Zhilkin's line going to come out here. Klepov, Barabanov. Just the fourth shot here in this third period for Saginaw. That one off the stick of Gervais. It's time becoming a factor here. 10:55 to go in regulation. Barabanov against Parker Snellgrove. Bouncer off the faceoff. Goes back in behind the Guelph net. Beauchesne. Watched by Zilkin. James Go tries to pinch down, doesn't get the puck. This is Snellgrove to get it out to center. It'll hop over the stick of Klepov. He's going to mosey his way on back behind Shurigan. Saginaw gets it up the near side. Barabanov closed off by Beauchene. Levi Harper's back in his own end. Storm sends Snellgrove as the forechecker. Fumbled by Klepov. A little difficulty on that pass out of the zone. Storm have it again. This will be brought back in. Miedema lowers the shoulder on Harper. Miedema out of the left corner. Just inside the blue. Beauchene shot into traffic. Blocked by Zilkin. He thought he would spring it the other way. Zilkin tries to steal from Beauchene here and does. Has it back in his own end. Zilkin moves his way up ice. Over the blue line, driving wide now on Babin. Zilkin, right circle shot, and Fassard got the stick on that. It hit the glass and stays alive. Barabanov for Glavin, then the right corner. Zilkin, reverse hit on Fassard. Klepov out of the left corner again here for the Spirit. Back into the trapezoid. Barabanov picks it up. Klepov just trying to escape behind the play. Barabanov's got his helmet knocked off by Fassard. He's got to head back to the Saginaw bench here and get a new one. Beauchene standing on top of Klepov right now in the Storm. Move this back into the offensive end. McKenzie cuts back against Josh Glavin. McKenzie up the near sidewall. Floats it right into the middle of the circles. And Shurigan going to escape his net real quick. Make a play on the puck. Get it out of a dangerous area. It's Josh Glavin behind the net now. 9.5 to go here in the third. 4-2 Storm. Gervais down the wing. Poked at. Nick Sema with McFadden. Rammed up the wall. McKenzie going to steal here for the Storm. This one from center red will end up back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Graydon Jones, the outlet pass. Tried to spring Gervais. Going to miss him. Bounce off the wall behind Jovanovski. And Gervais right in front for Rauscher. This shot. That one stopped by Jovanovski. Rauscher gets his rebound in the corner. Laid down low. Paquette steals. Nick Sema trying to feed Rauscher in front. Paquette there again. Back out to the Guelph blue line. Reeled in by Graydon Jones. Up the near sideboards. Nick Sema just pushes that back in. Top gets it around for Spada. Off the far wall, this is Brody Papoy. At the hash mark of the offensive end. This one pulled back and deflected by the stick of Carson Harmer. James Go for Levi Harper. 8:15 to go in regulation. Saginaw needs 2. Spada wheels this back around. Stevens locks up with James Go at the red line, and it's picked up by Carson Harmer. He's got a lane. Not much in the way of speed. That shot deflected by Spada up and out of play. Thought Harmer would be able to take that play wide. But again, how many times have we said it tonight? A stick in the lane on the Guelph side of things. Puck deflects up and out of play. Doesn't even end up as a shot on goal. Shots at this point in the game, 32-29 in favor of the home squad. Shots brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. Carson Harmer, tossed from the draw here. Has a couple of extra words for Owen Bennett, the linesman. Kluche wins the draw. Harmer back for Harper. James Go tries to shift his way down low. Harper keeps it in. As Papoy and Spada lock up in behind the Guelph goal. This is Carson Harmer. Wheeled back around. Harper's got to get to the wall. Can't do it. Chase back out in his own end. Levi Harper from below the goal line. Out for James Go. Knuckle puck near side looking for Carson Harmer. That does not connect. And Saginaw guilty of icing here. As the mistakes starting to mount a little bit here in this third period. 7:35 left in it. Second line will stay out here. Face-offs in the game, 26-23 in favor of Saginaw. Carson Harmer's gone 8 for 15 from the circle tonight. He's going to get another opportunity here. He's been Saginaw's best face-off guy. He's got another one that's on the stick of Papoy. From the red line, twisted back in. Jovanovski's there. Up the boards, Miedema can't seal things off. Barabanov hops on. This is Papoy. Barabanov for Glavin. Leads the charge back in. Kluche the shot. Blocker save Jovanovski. The rebound taken care of by Snellgrove. Outlet pass. Pape is there. Moved for Miedema. 7 minutes left in the third. Still 4-2 Storm. Hayden Bartz from behind. Stepan Shurigan. Up the far wall. This is advanced on to Klepov. Through the traffic, keeps it alive. Barabanov between the dots, fumbled that puck, can't get a good shot off. And that one off the glass, back out at center. Klepov, the regroup. Jones, angled in by Barch. Jovanovski out to play it. Zhilkin's right on him. He gave it right in front to Barabanov. Now Klepov, he scores! A fortunate break for the Spirit and relief on the face of Nikita Klepov. 6:36 to go in the third. Saginaw's within one. It's 4-3. They send pressure in on the forecheck. Zhilkin, he's what Jovanovski saw coming. What he didn't see was Barabanov in the near corner. So Jovanovski sweeps it on the back end. He's got the pressure coming from Zhilkin. Barabanov knows Klepov is in front, and there is that third period goal from Nikita Klepov. First of the hockey game, 15th of the season. And it's got Saginaw within striking distance. There's still work to do, though. It's 4-3. Jones off the center ice faceoff. Back in behind the net of Jovanovski. Sima around for Gervais. Barabanov's got the lone assist. Puck picked up at the right point now by Blake Barnes. Looking for Nick Sima. Barnes keeps it alive, ducks into the circle, throws it off some bodies in front, pinballing puck. Glove down by Paquette. Fired back in. Looking for the hot bounce. It'll go down as an icing as Barnes gets to it. It didn't have quite the bounce that Paquette was looking for. Third goal in as many games against the Guelph Storm for Nikita Klepov. We talked, Jonathan and myself, during the intermission about how he's looked in this game, and immediately, as soon as that puck went in, it was a look up to the ceiling, and then, yes, finally, that was the celebration from Nikita Klepov. He's had some really good opportunities here in this hockey game. 5 shots on goal. He's gotten his team within one. He's got this puck at center ice again. Serlin's going to steal, though. Leo Serlin. He's found the score sheet a handful of times in this game. Trouble in the corner. It's Harper. Lost his balance. McKenzie on things now here for the Storm. Barabanov is there. Short pass. James Go gets out of danger. Turns north. That pass is off the skate of Dima Zhilkin. That'll end the rush for Saginaw. Josh Glavin gets it back in his own end. Zhilkin. A little bit of room as he walks across the blue line. That's angled back in by Klepov. Jan back in behind Jovanovski. Barabanov is there. 5:17 here in regulation. Saginaw trails Guelph 4-3. Klepov gets that puck out of a scrum in the corner. Now Hayden Barch down into the space behind the net. Klepov. Left corner offensive zone. Cuts up at the top of the circle. Moves it down low. Barabanov out of the corner. Looking to feed the man in front. He was tied up there by Ryland Singh. Back up the wall it comes. Klepov tries to beat Wysick. He will clear. Zhilkin's on it back in his own end. Zhilkin cuts wide again in the neutral zone. Hayden Barch ups off on the rush. Runs through his man. Gets a couple of extra shots as Fassard's trying to hang on to Barch's stick. Ryland Singh gets up to Wysick. At the red line, this one just laid back into the Spirit end. Carson Harmer has to plot a course against Mark Pape. But it's brought up now by Saginaw's Graydon Jones. 4.5 to go in regulation. The outlet pass is too high for Carson Harmer to handle. 4:25 to go in the third period. Icing against Saginaw. They're in the defensive zone, but they're within one. Back after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at garberchesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
4:25 left in the third period here from the Sleeman Center. Dylan Clark with you as Saginaw's within striking distance. They trail 4-3. Nikita Klepov is 15th of the season. Has gotten them within striking distance, and after a bit of a lull in the scoring for Klepov, still their leading scorer this year. 35 points now. He had just an assist in his last 3 hockey games coming into the contest. Parker Snelgrove to take an offensive zone face-off for the Guelph Storm here against Carson Harmer. Nobody can win it cleanly off the draw. It goes back in behind the Saginaw net where Hayden Bartz is there. 2 Storm players on him. Bartz goes down. Mark Pape tries to get after it. Snellgrove on top of Bartz right now. Harmer can't spin free. Jones is there too. Bartz lays it up the wall. Kluche swept for the middle. Harmer had to stop up, but he gets it out of danger. Move to Jones, then just push back in from center red. Beauchene's on it. Mark Pape lost that puck. Jacob Kluche sweeps well back into the Spirit end. Pape takes Kluche down, and a penalty's coming. Stepan Shurigan to the bench. Delayed call against the Storm. 3:45 here in regulation. This puck will be stolen by Leo Serlin back in the Spirit end. But they're going to head to the IBEW local 557 power play on a tripping call. It is quiet here at the Sleeman Center. Mark Pape just reached out and tried to do what he could to keep Kluche from cutting across the ice. Takes him out. This will be the third power play chance here for Saginaw in this hockey game. Stepan Shurigan's going to stay in the net for right now. The Storm win the defensive zone face-off, and they'll wrap it all the way down the ice. Heavy bounce off the board. Shurigan drops it off there for James Go. Dimas Yilkin. Usual power play suspects for Chris Lazary. Barabanov can't get into the zone. Paquette's going to steal. He's had a heck of a game for the Guelph Storm here tonight. James Go tosses this puck over. Off the wall in the defensive end here for Zilkin. Move back in, a delayed penalty coming here against the Spirit. Ran back up the wall, finally to be touched up by James Go. Interference call as Zilkin ran through one of the Storm players. Or James Go, rather, ran through one of the Storm players. This comes after the cross-ice pass looking for Zilkin. Kind of misfired. That slowed the breakout. And James Go accidentally on purpose trying to get into the way of, I believe, Hunter McKenzie. That's a tough pill to swallow at this point in the hockey game. Back to 4-on-4. 3:06 left in the third period. Spirit got 37 seconds out of that power play. Face off in the defensive end. Won by Saginaw. Harper drops it off for Klepov. Back to Levi Harper up the right side. Barabanov just inside the line. Now it goes down into the corner. Klepov. Top of the right wing circle. Cuts back. Finds Graydon Jones. Left wing circle. Thrown in front there looking for Levi Harper. Can't tap it in. Barabanov. Right circle. Up high. Dropped off. Harper has a chance. Drives wide on Serlin. 2.5 to go. Harper. Now for Barabanov just inside the line. Another drop off there. Good move as Harper moves into the circle. A backhanded shot just misses wide. Barabanov off the boards. Steps to the middle. Down to the goal line. Klepov in front of shot. Good stop at the last second. Barabanov got it. Now Jones throws it over. Right side. Harper. This shot goes high. 33 seconds at 4-on-4. The puck's going to come all the way back out into the Spirit end. 2:10 in regulation. Saginaw can't pull step on Shurigan because they'll be shorthanded here coming up. Kluche weaves his way into the offensive zone. Gets hauled down there by Snellgrove. Hunter McKenzie back and behind the Guelph goal. 15 seconds left at 4-on-4. Inside 2 minutes left in regulation. 4-3 Guelph. McKenzie brings it in with speed. Drives wide on Barnes. Held up in the corner. Big time collision as Barnes closes him off. Now it's Beauchene for Fassard. A shot blocked on its way through. Pape is out of the box. Guelph to the power play. Jacob Kluche clears. 1:35 here in regulation. 28 seconds left on the penalty to James Go. Quinn Beauchene dropped it back for Sard. There for McLean. Walks his way on through. Tries to get around Jones. He's held off at the last second and lost his balance, but hangs onto the puck. Beauchene at the right point. 10 on the power play. McLean walks back down low. Goal line. Miedema looking backdoor. Can't connect. And the Storm clear the zone on themselves. Carter Stevens sent it too far. Back in the Guelph end. Saginaw gets a line change. James Go is out of the box. Even strength for the Spirit. He's going to stay on. 60 seconds in regulation. Storm come back in. McLean tossed it past Harper. Links up with James Go in the corner. McLean on it. Out the left side. Rags it back around. Levi Harper pokes it there for Barabanov. Dropped it back. Harper wasn't expecting that. The door is open. There goes Stepan Shurigan. 42 in regulation. Gervais down the left side. Well, they say offside. 40.5 seconds left here in regulation. The faceoff's going to come out to the neutral zone, and Stepan Shurigan's got to go right back. He'll sit at the top of his goal crease, and the linesman and referees are going to confer as far as where to drop this puck here. It's going to come all the way back in the defensive end for Saginaw. So Gervais to take the face-off against Paquette. 40.5. Gervais wins it. James Go taps it for Dima Zhilkin. There goes Shurigan again. Zhilkin can't get it deep. Klepov's got to help him out. It's some back pressure there from McKenzie. Gervais can't keep the puck in. The Storm have cleared. James Go. 25 seconds left. Intercepted at the red line. McKenzie off the boards. Paquette tied up by Barabanov. Hauled down. He's going to score anyway. Third goal of the hockey game for Charlie Paquette. He closes off the hat trick. 19.2 left in the third period, and the empty net marker will send some hats down to the ice and seal things off there on this Friday night. Well, the neutral zone has not been kind to Saginaw in this game. Puck's just not landing, not laying. They're in skates. They're too far ahead. It has really slowed their offensive production. The Storm have been right there waiting to pick things up. They grab it out of the near side face-off circle in their own end. They just get working north. We don't know where the ice crew is here in Guelph, so the players and linesmen are picking up the hats right now. 19.2 left in this third period, and it's going to be a little bit of a delay before we get going again. 12th of the season, third of the night for Charlie Paquette. One more face-off at center. Miroslav Satan to take it. So Saginaw's going to get one more crack against the Guelph Storm later on this year. Back in the Dow Event Center. But it's back to the drawing board. A reset button because they got the Brampton Steelheads tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and now Saginaw guilty of icing again. 11.2 here in this third period. Another point of emphasis here in this game is the difficulty getting out of Saginaw's own end. First passes have not connected with the speed that they're used to. Storm kick it back after the offensive zone face-off. McLean spun it in deep. Guelph going to pick up their 11th win on home ice here this season. One more save at the last second from Stepan Shurigan. But the Storm hang on. And they pick up the victory 5-3 over the Saginaw Spirit. Zach Jovanovski pulled his weight in this game. 30 saves. 29 stops from Stepan Shurigan. But Jovanovski sees his team to the victory. Guelph 15-11, 2-0 on the season. Now Saginaw 9-13, 3-3. Not a ton of time to dwell on it. Brampton tomorrow. We'll take a break. Post game here. Coming up after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit hockey is WSGW.
Guelph takes this one 5-3, despite some good attempts from the Saginaw Spirit here in the third period. Just couldn't make it happen. Let's take a look back at that final frame, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It was 3-2 Storm heading into this final frame, and it only took 28 seconds for things to change. The Spirit got one look off the faceoff, but the Storm came right back. Alex McLean pulls up short, dishes across to Charlie Paquette. His second of the game makes it 4-2.
Serlin on the counterattack. Here come the Storm 2-on-1. McLean down the right side with Paquette in front over. He scores. The odd man break kills Saginaw here.
Leo Serlin, the secondary assist on that one. The Storm continue to counterattack after Spirit chances. Stepan Shurigan shuts down Paquette's attempt at number 3 as he gets to the doorstep just in time for a tap-in. It's our My Michigan Health save of the game.
Chop that by Beauchene. McLean gives this one off. Paquette counterattack. Serlin down the right wing. Put back in front. Paquette to the net. A great patch save. Oh, Stepan Shurigan holding Saginaw in this one. Now it's Jilkin back the other way.
Holding Saginaw in this one is right, as Shurigan kept it a two-goal game with that one. 29 saves on the night total. Our My Michigan Health save of the game from Stepan Shurigan. The next several minutes were kind of a repetitive tale of Saginaw trying to get into the offensive end. Guelph shutting things down at their blue line and keeping things moving the other way, but no further production. Then at 13 minutes, 25 seconds, good forechecking from the Spirit top line sees Igor Barabanov pick up a puck off the boards. He wouldn't have made that nab if it weren't for some pressure applied by Dima Zhilkin. He quickly passes it to Nikita Klepov right in the slot. His 15th of the season brings it within one.
Jovanovski out to play it. Zhilkin's right on him. He gave it right in front to Barabanov. Now Klepov, he scores! Unfortunate break for the Spirit and relief on the face of Nikita Klepov. Saginaw's within one. It's 4-3.
Tripping on Mark Pape gives Saginaw an important power play at 16 minutes, 17 seconds, but it only lasts 37 seconds as it's cut short. Interference called on James Go makes it 4-on-4. The Spirit continued to control during this 4-on-4 time, get some good movement in the offensive zone, but pressure applied by the Guelph defense means no really good shot opportunities open up. Things go to 5-on-5, and Guelph continues that pressure from their power play, keeping Shurigan locked into his net until about 40 seconds remain when he's pulled for the extra man. And at 19:41, Charlie Paquette puts it into the empty net for the hat trick, making it 5-3, assisted by Hunter McKenzie. Shots on goal in the third favored the Storm 10-9 for a total of 34-33. The Spirit 1 for 3 on the power play. Guelph 1 for 4. Scoring in the third, it was Charlie Paquette, assisted by McLean and Serlin. Then Nikita Klepov, assisted by Barabanov. Then Paquette again on the empty net, assisted by Hunter McKenzie. One last look around the Ontario Hockey League now, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Some of these games still going as we finish pretty early here. The Brampton Steelheads, despite taking a 2-0 lead into the third period, fall 4-2 to the Niagara Ice Dogs as the Ice Dogs surge in the last 10 minutes of the game there with 4 straight to win that one. The Kitchener Rangers take a 6-3 lead with 2 minutes remaining on home ice. The London Knights are on the board, but it's still a 3-1 lead for the Windsor Spitfires with 5 minutes left in London. The Barrie Colts come away with a 4-1 victory on the road in Ottawa there. A 6-2 win for the Owen Sound Attack, thanks to some big first and third periods from them over the Erie Otters, that is. The Flint Firebirds right now, they're holding on to a 3-2 lead. Alex Kostov, the difference maker there with his 18th of the season. The Kingston Frontenacs have 4 minutes to tie things up in Kingston. The Sudbury Wolves break the deadlock, come away with a 3-1 win on home ice over the Sarnia Sting. And although one of their goals got taken off the board since the last time we checked in on them, the Sioux Greyhounds are headed to a 9-2 win. They've still got 7 minutes to go, but the Oshawa Generals, quite a steep hill to make up in just 7 minutes. That's all we've got for you here in the studio. We'll send you back now to the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, and Dylan Clark for our Applebee's 3 stars of the game.
Thanks, Jonathan. 2 points in the hockey game for Igor Barabanov. He's your third star of this hockey game. It was a multi-point night again for him. We were singing Barabanov's praises as the night went along. Got the helper on the goal that gave Saginaw life at the end of that hockey game from Nikita Klepov. And again, his 13th goal of the season on the power play earlier on in the first period. He's your third star of the game. Alex McLean, that top line for Guelph had their names all over the score sheet. McLean, a goal and 3 assists. He was a +3 on the night. Second star of the hockey game, but star number 1 belongs to the young man with a hat trick. Charlie Paquette finished the HT with an empty net goal there at the tail end of that hockey game. Added on an assist, +3 as well. The Guelph captain, the overager, he's your first star of tonight's game. And, of course, the 3 stars brought to you by Applebee's. The Applied Innovation Road ahead here for Saginaw. One more on this road trip. Tomorrow it'll be a 4 o'clock puck drop at Brampton at the CAA Center against the Steelheads. Like Jonathan said, we'll start pregame here on 100.5 FM WSGW at 3:45. And then one more on the road prior to the holiday break. Next Friday, 7 o'clock puck drop at Canada Life Place as the Spirit get another crack at the London Knights. Then back home for 3. Saturday, December the 13th against the Kitchener Rangers. Wednesday, the 17th against the Sioux Greyhounds. And Saturday, the 20th against the Oshawa Generals. Teddy bear toss to close things out before the holiday break. That's your Applied Innovation look ahead. Final score in this hockey game, Guelph Storm 5, Saginaw 3. Like we said, the Storm pick up their 11th victory on home ice here this year. Saginaw now 9-13-3-3 as they look to put the pieces back together against the Brampton Steelheads tomorrow. Thanks to Jonathan and all the work that he does back at the studio for us. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Good night, Saginaw. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Storm Master Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.